It's 8 o'clock. It's Monday night, and you're in the hottest place on YouTube, folks. That's right. It's Toxic Femininity on Midnight's Edge. And boy, do we have a lot to talk about tonight. So let's not waste any time. We just want to say up front, we hope Mandy's doing well. She has to deal with some family issues, so she'll join us again next week, hopefully. Just send her some love, and hopefully next week, hopefully she'll be here. Until then, we just hope for the best and everything goes well for her. But let's not waste any time. Nina Infinity is with us, though, of course, as always. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing all right.
Awesome. Lorena, Jane, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure.
Speaking of, joining us again this week, how you doing, Jane Theory?
I'm doing fantastic. Happy to be here.
You're going to have to speak up. You got to really get in with these girls or they're going to run you over.
Can you hear me now? Let me turn my mic up.
Yeah, and that might help a little bit too.
I'm muting myself because the dogs are going off in my neighborhood. I'm sorry.
But we're always happy to have Jane here.
Yes.
That sweet, sweet voice.
And I'm happy to be here.
Thank you so much for being here. And we also have, last but not least, our hostess with the mostest, Miss Lorena Creel, bringing that spice into your life. How you doing?
I am doing great. I'm doing great. So glad to be here with you and the ladies, especially Jane coming back. Woo! And all of you wonderful, wonderful people in the chat joining us for the show. We, as usual, we got a doozy for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, unfortunately, last minute emergencies. We had to shake things up a little bit, but hey, it happens.
Yeah,
it happens. But again, we do hope everything goes well for Mandy. And
yes.
We love you, Mandy.
Yes, love you, Mandy. Love you, girl.
So let's not waste any time, guys. What do you say? We just hop right into this stuff.
Let's get into it.
Let's do it. Okay, ladies, have you all had the pleasure of watching the Eternals trailer that got dropped by Disney today?
I don't know if I would call it pleasure, but yeah, it was something.
It was, yeah. I don't know what you would call it.
I don't know if it's just me out there or if I'm like being super bitter and toxic, but I'm just over superhero stuff. I've had like superhero fatigue. So I was going into the trailer, like watching the trailer with that superhero fatigue already. Like, I don't care about any of this, but
see, I didn't have that. I love superhero movies. I want more of them. So I went in ready to enjoy this. I've wanted it so bad. And I was disappointed.
You were?
Yeah.
Did the Rob Stark and Jon Snow didn't do it for you?
I mean, I love seeing them. But in terms of the story, and I don't mind trailers that don't give you too much information. That's not it. I didn't understand what they were trying to convey until the very end of the trailer. So I don't know. I don't know what this movie is going to be about at all. And that's what bothered me.
What about you, Lorena?
First off, just like I put on Twitter, after like 15 seconds, I tapped out.
Oh,
I tapped out. That's how much this trailer was ass when it came out. Okay. The purpose of a trailer is to grab you and make you want to see a movie, see that particular movie. So there's a short amount of time. They have to get you to buy in from the beginning. If they're going to drag it out, it needs to be some kind of mystery that kind of like piques your attention. Kind of like, for example, the trailer for the new Invisible Man movie. That was really freaky. I'm like, I don't know what I'm looking at, but I got to find out why. I got to find out what this is. This trailer, you're just sitting there looking and you just hear this music and you're just like looking at a landscape. And one of the characters is like, isn't it beautiful? I'm like, why the heck should I care? That's literally what I thought, in my head when I saw this. And like you ladies were saying, if I didn't know better, I wouldn't even know this was a Marvel film.
Yeah.
You got that right, Vertical Rise.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
Yeah, yeah. I was just bored to tears. Bored to tears.
And it was so repetitive too.
It was. I mean, I didn't watch the rest of the trailer until I saw this article from Pirates and Princesses come up, and I'm just like, wait, there's a Bollywood dance number.
Yeah, because that dude was marrying like a Indian girl or something, and they were having like some sort of Indian wedding, and then I don't know.
Yeah.
There was a really weird scene too at the very beginning when they first showed Angelina Jolie. And it was kind of weird because I hate looking at this kind of stuff, like with that race, color, like, whatever. But they put that so much in your face now that you can't really like escape thinking like that anymore. But there was a scene when they first showed Angelina Jolie. It was like she was coming and it was like this really epic scene and she's like walking out, but she's walking out into these like really poor, like third world country, like weird people. And I was like, what is she supposed to be, like their white savior? Like, I don't know what this is. Like, I don't know what message they were trying to send, but it was really weird. And then they were like, oh no, we have brown people in our movie, so it's okay. And I was like,
well, that's it. Exactly. It seemed very much like, I think what they were trying to say was that they were moving through time. And so these people weren't necessarily modern people, but they showed images that were supposed to be throughout history where they've been interacting with human beings. But you wouldn't know that. And it wasn't beautiful.
No.
That scene where they're like, oh, it's so beautiful. No, it's not actually. It's terrible. It looks horrible.
I saw that too. Like I got that message too that they were going through time, but then they said something like, we weren't really interfering until now. And I was like, then why are you here if you're not really interfering? Like, what is your purpose on planet Earth if you're not interfering and doing good things? What are you doing here? You're just hanging out. This is a vacation spot. Like, I don't understand what.
And it's just like they didn't start from the beginning to make you buy into that. Like, if they would have shown us like people observing stuff happening, like maybe some kind of disaster happening that they could stop, but they didn't. At least as the viewer, you would figure out why the heck are they not doing anything? And then maybe that part would have made sense. But this whole trailer, it was just like I didn't really get any clear, not even clear, somewhat idea of what it was until they joke at the end that now that Steve Rogers is gone and Tony Stark is gone, who's going to lead the Avengers?
Well, it doesn't really make any sense at all either, because when they said that, you're like, oh, so you were around for that whole Thanos thing happening? Where were you in Endgame? Like,
and you didn't do squat.
You didn't do anything?
Right. Let's hear that explanation.
I don't get it.
And it wasn't true that they didn't interfere because we saw them interacting with human beings throughout history.
They had a timeshare that weekend.
That's what I'm saying. Like, were they on vacation? Like, they're like, it's a hot spot, y'all. Let's go, Earth.
Yeah, the intern that they had on point wasn't doing her job. I'm guessing that's
so ridiculous.
What it is. But it was just nuts. And then, they're laughing at the whole thing. And I'm just like, it's not even funny.
It's not.
It's not. I mean, I don't think I'm completely over superhero movies, but I'm over superhero movies from DC and Marvel. I think if there was an independent studio that did one, then maybe I'd be interested in it. But this is just a half-assed, sloppy trailer. And I can't believe, I guess I can, that they released this.
Yeah, it's yikes. I think they're just like, I don't know, maybe they're coasting on the big names like Angelina Jolie and Salma Hayek and the dudes from Game of Thrones. And they're like, okay, yeah, we got, whatever.
Well, celebrity.
This wasn't the big push about this movie, because I wasn't really paying that much attention to it, was how diverse the cast was. And that's
how diverse and gay.
And gay too?
I heard about gay too. I don't know if that was just the thing people were saying, but that was also supposed to be.
No, they meant it like there's gay characters, not the other way, just to be clear.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it's gay, like there's gay characters in this.
Oh, okay.
But as if that matters.
Yeah, I just kept hearing diversity.
And also that
this film.
like the biggest thing that I heard was like, it's Angelina Jolie's like first superhero movie. She's gonna be in it. I don't care about Angelina Jolie.
I guess it's not a superhero movie, but wouldn't Wanted count because that's a comic book movie?
Wanted?
I didn't see her in that.
I didn't see it either.
I don't remember.
No, I think the last thing I saw Angelina Jolie in was Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Oh yeah, Wanted. I remember this movie, but I don't remember it.
But I think they're confused.
Meaning, like, I watched it, but I don't remember anything about this movie at all.
I think they're confused about what we want, though. I mean, who is famous is not really the point. People are watching this for the characters and the stories, not the actors who are in it. It's like they're confusing it for some other kind of movie.
Because to add to that, Jane, because here they're saying Eternals trailer features a Bollywood dance number. Is Disney trying to appeal to India? There is actually a famous Bollywood actor that they hired to be in the Eternals. He's in the Eternals. Yes.
Wow.
It's this dude, right?
No, I think it's another guy who I think is a little bit older. Or they spackled enough makeup on him. I don't know. Yeah, but they show him in
I've seen him in other Hollywood movies. So I don't know if he's like a Bollywood crossed over to Hollywood.
Nah, this guy is like they just picked him straight out of whatever central casting is over in Bollywood. They picked him up out of there put him into this feature. But shout out to Pirates and Princesses, Clownfish TV. They brought up a very good point about is Disney trying to appeal to India. One, there's that big, huge Bollywood number that's in there, but you also have to remember Disney has a partnership with a company called Hotstar, which is the platform that they use to show Disney Plus over in India. And they made a big to-do about it coming out, but Disney rolled this out to India before they did Latin America.
Which makes absolutely no sense to me whatsoever.
The only thing that I can think of is that, well, the population in India, like there's a lot of people that watch stuff like this, but also the Bollywood market is huge in India. So they're trying to maybe tap into that. That's the only thing I can think of. The other thing that you mentioned, Lorena, was that didn't they do like something similar with Aladdin?
They did. There was a dance number in Aladdin that really was reminiscent of a Bollywood feature. So for those who don't know, Bollywood dance numbers are huge spectacles. And they did that in Aladdin.
I hate to be the one to point this out, though. Aladdin was a fucking musical. This is.
Oh, that's true. That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
And I mean, they had like, because Aladdin like had that big scene with Genie and
so you expected that, but in addition to that whole procession, which you expected the song and dance, then somewhere else in the movie, because I did not like the live action version. Sorry, I like the animated. That's my freaking favorite.
Me too.
Princess.
I didn't even watch
my favorite freaking princess. Consider yourself lucky because it was forgettable.
I couldn't do that.
It was bad. He's playing a Bollywood actor. Yeah, it just seems out of place in a superhero movie. But that may be one of the reasons why it's so strange. It's like it's not made to appeal to like the superhero genre that we're used to seeing. It looks like they're trying to go for something else.
I'm sorry that I'm asking this, but like, what was the company that did Coming to America? Like the second one?
Paramount made it, but they sold it to Amazon.
Oh, okay. The reason I'm asking is because I found that was one of the movies too that was just like, it was just one party scene after another. And I was like, I was tapped out after, like, I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, Lorena, because if you watched the movie, it was just.
Yeah, I did. There's only one party scene that counted.
There
was only one that counted, and that was the pre-funeral, which turned out to be the funeral.
Yeah.
And then that was like it. But yeah, I get it. It's like after that, they kept going back to the same freaking thing. I mean, I did not expect to see a rendition of Prince's Get Off.
Yeah.
That
yeah, but that's what I mean. Like, it was kind of unnecessary, and then they have it. Like, I feel like it's like they're doing kind of like the same thing here. Like, oh, it's unnecessary, but we're gonna do it anyway because why not? Like,
well, I mean, I think
to
it
be
depends,
innovative and whatever.
but it depends on the story they're trying to tell because I can't
Right.
tell if this is supposed to be a superhero movie or whether this is an exploration of, alien beings enlightening humanity and all of the various cultures that they're visiting. Like, I can't tell. Is this supposed to be some sort of
You're gonna have to watch
supernatural
and find out,
drama, or is it a superhero movie? Like, which is it?
I think they're trying to do both, like, but like 2 in 1. It's gonna be a drama, love story from the ages, and then because they're like the Eternals. I'm guessing like they don't age or what?
I'm not.
They don't die, or
I'm not familiar with them. They seem like, to me, this is just me. It seems like in the Marvel universe, they're kind of like on the D list.
right.
I hadn't really heard of them. They were a couple steps, below Iron Man. Kind of where Guardians of the Galaxy was, but at least with Guardians of the Galaxy, the freaking trailer actually looked a heck of a lot more interesting.
Oh, Guardians of the Galaxy was so cool compared to this. But Tom, do you know, like, are they like immortals? Like, is that why they don't age, or?
I'm assuming that's the case. I don't know that much about the Eternals, but it kind of is in the title. They are called Eternal.
The Eternals. That's what I'm
Yeah,
guessing.
and they're godlike or whatever. I'm sure somebody in the chat can probably explain it better.
So the reason I'm saying that is because assuming they're immortal, they're gonna go with like, oh, the dude is marrying a mortal girl, and she's like, like they fell in love. They came to Earth, and he finally fell in love, and now he's. I don't know.
It's like I have to gag a little bit because we've seen not a trope, but we've seen this before. We've seen it in Clash of the Titans. It's been alluded to in Wonder Woman. That's like a story we already know.
Lord of the Rings.
Cloud Atlas is another. Yeah. This actually reminded me a little bit of Cloud Atlas, especially that one scene where the girl is there. Each shot is her in different time periods.
Yeah.
I was just like, so again, okay, they're Eternals. We get that. But what is this about? Besides the fact that they live a long time. Like,
where were they in Endgame? That's all I care about.
I know.
What the
were they
doing?
No,
what
you know what they were
doing?
They were taking
They were taking what? You cut out for me.
Oh, sorry. They're probably taking bets is what they were doing.
Yeah. I mean, they were nowhere to be found, so like freaking Captain Marvel had to be called. But okay.
To me, it's just, if you're not going to make the Ancient Aliens the Jack Kirby fever dream it's supposed to be, it's best not to do it.
Well,
yeah, I didn't know who the Eternals was, and I'm looking at this trailer. I am not even interested in this.
Ancient Aliens, like that's the movie. That seems like the movie they're making.
I mean, I guess somebody kind of described them as almost like robots made by gods.
Wait,
does that make sense?
They're AI
androids,
kind of like, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm a little bit more interested now. I guess maybe a little.
I'm still not.
That makes it more weird.
That makes it more weird. Well, now it's an android falling in love with a human. Jane, you're not interested?
Wasn't that the plot? Oh no, I don't think it was AI.
Well, they were created to kill off the I can't remember what the hell they're called. There's some bad guys they're supposed to protect against.
The shape-shifting dudes?
No, but they're like them. I can't remember the name of them. They're just another bad alien race. The deviants or some shit like that. I can't even remember.
Well, I want to see them fighting. Then they should have put that in the trailer.
Well, they did have a couple of fighting scenes. Like that's when they were, they were doing stuff in the future when Cap and them is gone, so they have to step up their game.
Yeah.
It just didn't. It just
Could it
didn't
be
grab
possible
me.
that this is just a shitty trailer?
It could be possible, but at the same time, here's my attitude. If you want people to buy this turd that you polished, at least put a good polish job on it, so we can at least say you gave us a bait and switch. You know,
Yeah.
Right.
It just didn't happen with this.
They did
Usually
that
the
with
trailer's the best part.
WandaVision. I'm sorry, Jane.
No, I was just
What's
going to say, usually the trailer's the best part.
Usually,
Yeah.
it's like you're giving away, too much to the movie. This is just, I don't think they knew what they wanted to do. And I think it kind of goes down to this paragraph right here. But could there be an ulterior motive beyond diverse representation? Could Disney be making sure the Eternals plays well to India, a highly populated country they're desperately trying to lock down with their Hotstar streaming service? Because Tom, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't the Eternals kind of like on China's short list? Like there's a problem with it possibly being played in China? Like something about...
Why is there black people on it?
No,
I'm sorry.
No, but probably dark enough to be offended. No, I'm just kidding.
Tibetans, maybe?
I think
Oh,
if I
that would do it.
remember,
That would
that's
do it. That would
one.
do it for sure.
I think the director of this is Chinese, and she said some not so flattering things about the Chinese government.
Maybe she's like from Hong Kong or something.
Yeah, I can't remember her name, but she's the one who won Best Short Film or something at the Oscars. And then China was like all ashamed of her and shit.
Ooh.
Yeah, so that could be potentially a problem. But to wrap this up, this is the Bollywood star who was added to the Eternals.
Chloe Zhao, that's it.
Chloe Zhao. Okay.
Chloe Zhao.
Yes. Because I'm forgetting who the heck reported it, if it was Variety or the Hollywood Reporter, that there were some kind of marching orders, I think, that were given out to refer to her as a Chinese national. Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, I'm not too impressed. I mean, they booked this Bollywood star to be in it. I'm not a big Bollywood fan, so I can't say who he is. But the fact that they would book Hollywood talent to be in this film seems pretty obvious. They want to go into that.
Oh, so she won the best movie, not best short. Oh,
That's how many fucks I had to give about the Oscars.
Yeah, me too.
I don't care.
It was that one with what's her face? That's the new Meryl Streep that wins everything now from Fargo. That lady.
Oh,
I can't recall.
Extra
the name.
feminist, crazy bitch. I forget
That's a
her name.
lot of people, Nina.
Oh God, I can't
Like half
stand that
of them.
lady.
I
know
can't
exactly
remember
what you're
this
talking about.
chick's name.
The chick from Fargo.
I didn't watch Fargo.
The movie Fargo, though.
Yeah,
I
the
can't
movie
remember-
Fargo.
I can't think of her damn name. She's
I
been
don't
in
watch
movies for like the
Oh,
last
Frances
30 years.
McDormand.
Frances
Oh,
McDormand.
that
That's it.
chick.
Yeah.
That chick. Yeah. That chick.
And we do
Yeah.
have some other super chats, but I just want to thank Dodgy Arab for this very
Thank
generous
you
super
so
chat.
much.
Thank you, Dodgy Arab.
Thank you. That's so amazing. Thank you for your support of the channel. He says, it's a teaser. I'll wait to see the trailer before starting to judge. My only gripe is the race gender bending they did to the characters and that they all look human. Wish they had a little more flavor. You know, if some of the characters did not look human, I think that would have really, really piqued my interest much more.
Me too. I mean, especially if they're supposed to be AI, it would have been cool if they're more like robotic, I should say, not so human looking. Although I guess Angelina Jolie looks like a robot in real life, so I don't really.
Well, she's got enough parts. That's okay, girl. You paid enough for him. That's all right. That's all right. So final thoughts about don't look surprised. It is Hollywood. Who hasn't taken a trip?
I gotta say though, I'm with you, Dodgy Arab, in terms of like waiting for the trailer. They did kind of a bait and switch thing too with WandaVision. which really freaking annoyed everybody,
Yeah.
like us, including me, because they did the whole, Doctor Strange is going to be in WandaVision, and then they, pulled the rug from under everybody. So I don't know. I mean, who knows what the actual trailer is going to be like, or what the actual movie is going to be like. Maybe this is just a really, really shitty marketing job. I don't know.
I know one thing. And maybe they're trying to set the bar so low that everything that comes after it looks better. I mean,
Oh, I hope not.
You know what's weird too is with these kind of things, they usually, isn't the reason they usually do the teasers and stuff like that to see the audience reaction to kind of like what they're presenting, and then they go and make changes if it's not the reaction they want?
usually that's from a test they do it in front of a test audience, or now there's like test screenings that are done, virtually, and they find out that way. But to release as much production effort that went into this, it seems much more than like a trailer, because it's 2 minutes.
Yeah, it was 2 minutes.
To me, if you're doing a teaser, it's something that's 30 seconds
30
or less.
seconds. Isn't that what it used to be like? Teasers used to be like 30 seconds.
They kind of like reveal something, something, even if it's a voiceover or whatever. So you get the idea of what's going on. But 2 minutes, if you can't make a kick-ass trailer in 2 minutes, because
I mean, that means the trailer is going to be what, like 3.5 to 5 minutes long? Like that's okay.
Yeah, I don't think this is a true teaser in terms of what we're used to. They thought this was going to land. They thought we would like it.
It's
do you remember
clowned all over?
Yeah, the like the Snyderverse teasers, like when they would come out with like the little thing of whatever superhero they were presenting. Yeah, the emblems, and like it was
cool.
That was cool. Like,
that was very cool.
I don't care at all about the Snyderverse, and even that was like, I was like, yeah, this is cool. I like this. This is a cool teaser. Yeah, it piqued your interest. It was visually engaging, where you're just like, wow, what's this? What's going to happen? With this, it was interesting, and it pulled you in, and it put it in your brain. Hey, the Snyder Cut's coming. I might want to go and check this out. This is just like, for me, I'm thinking, yeah, okay, pass, unless something else, pops Is it
up.
just me, or did it also look really cheap? Like it kind of looked, I don't know.
It looked like a fan film.
Low effort
trailer.
Yeah, it kind of like similar to Shang-Chi too, because Shang-Chi also looked really minimal effort. Like I was like,
I thought it looked better than this. Shang-Chi,
really?
Shang-Chi, I actually got an idea very, very quickly about what the plot was. So that trailer actually did what a trailer is supposed to do. But if you're talking production value, I can kind of see where you're coming from.
Yeah, I'm talking production value.
Okay,
compared to like a few years ago, Marvel, this is
Disney.
Great.
This is Disney Plus effort.
Yeah.
Trailer.
Yeah.
I mean, not for nothing. I understand, the Wu-Tang flu popped off, and you kind of have to, be judicious with your money, but it's nothing like the theatrical.
Well, I can tell you
trailers.
this: the Falcon and the Winter Soldier trailer actually looked pretty exciting and like pretty good. Like when it first came out, I was like, "Oh, I'm excited for this," and then they totally dropped the ball.
Yeah. And that's the other point, is that they're usually good at trailers.
Yeah,
I don't know what happened here.
Maybe people got fired because they were not woke enough or something.
I think they just phoned it in and just said, we can just coast off of this diversity thing. See this diverse person, see that diverse person. Don't pay attention to how crappy the trailer is. Yeah,
and the names.
And the names.
Yeah. I guess I heard that they had to do some reshoots, and that might have been another reason why it was delayed, but excuse.
Yeah. Still, y'all didn't, Disney, you didn't stick the landing with this one, as far as
reshoots just tells me that you had more time to get it right.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
You still failed.
Well, speaking of getting things right, you guys want to get to these super chats before?
Let's do it. So much support, you guys. Thank you so much.
You guys are amazing. We love it. Let's see. Cesario JPN, I hope I got that right, for $5. Thank you so very much for supporting the channel with your super chat. Continuing last week's anime suggestions, Cat's Eye, Silent Mobius, Soul Bianca, 009-1, You're Under Arrest, Bartender, Moya Shimeon, Tales of Agriculture.
Oh wow! I'm gonna have to like write these down. Yeah, I don't. I'm
gonna copy and paste these suckers into.
I'm doing that right
into my notepad here.
I did watch You're Under Arrest. You're Under Arrest is cute. I think that's if I'm thinking of the right one.
Okay, anime. I'll have to put that on my list after I get done. My Hero Academia.
I just posted in my notes. Thank you.
Yes. There you go, Nita.
All right, Mr. Tickle Trunk for $2. Thank you so much. Says Shiba Dog. It's a sticker.
Super sticker.
It's a super sticker. Of
That's the farting.
Dog. Yeah.
The farting hearts dog.
Yeah. Yeah.
Brett Cohen with a $5 super sticker, a Shiba dog in a combat position.
Nice.
Thank you.
I don't think I've seen that one before. Mark looks scared.
Oh my goodness.
His dog's gonna kick my ass.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, let's see. We have Culture Casino for $5. Thank you so very much, Culture.
Yeah.
He says, "Hail from the working, lurking me." Well, so glad you're working and lurking here with us. Thank you.
Awesome. Also sounds a little pervy. I love it. Okay. Slade Wilson for $5. Thank you so much. So a 5'5" woman using Native American weapons is going to take on a predator when one took out an entire special forces group. Oh, yeah. Did you guys hear about this?
I did. Oh my god.
It's I can't with this. Predator is one of my favorite action movie franchises.
Me too.
I mean, that whole movie, I freaking love it. I can't see this happening.
I love the second one too. I
didn't like the second
when they were the second one not as good as the first one.
No, of course not.
But it was different. I mean, I still liked watching it. It was, it was an okay watch. But yeah, this is BS.
It's got one of my favorite lines of all time.
Which one?
When he says "pussy face" and he knocks him off the building. I mean, that was amazing. Everybody was thinking it the whole time. Everyone was thinking it for several years that this thing looks like that. And he finally said it, and that was amazing. The only thing that I will say about this woman taking on the predator is, what if they're feminizing the predator? What if it's like some female predator, and they're gonna set up femme predator versus femme?
I can't.
Aren't they?
I don't.
You know what? I thought I did hear something like that.
I don't know. Yeah. I'm just thinking about it.
I heard,
but you don't say that.
I heard that. I could maybe. No, I think I did hear this. It was a rumor that that's what they were going to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's just.
Oh, is it?
It's just they're just taking it,
which changes the culture of the predators.
Yes.
Yeah. But that's what I think they're going to do, because what else are they going to do? They're going to be like, oh, don't worry, guys. We're setting, females against females, because it's not going to be a man like beating up on a woman. Oh, it's a femme predator. But anyways.
No, this movie is going to go over as well as a Dark Fate. Screw that. I'm sorry. If I'm watching a Predator movie, I want to see a male Predator, and I want to see some buff ass dude trying to kill it.
Why can't we get like The Rock or like somebody big and like?
No, because they use The Rock for such things as the Jungle Cruise movie.
Yeah. That's true. That's true.
Jane, you want to get Steven Otten here for $5?
Sure, Stephen Otten, $5. Hail, Lorena, Jane, Nina, Tom, Wrenches, and Midnighters. Keeping a good thought for Mandy. Thank you.
Thank you
so much for that. Definitely. I know she appreciates that. Let's see. Christian Coralejo for $2. Thank you so very much for that. This is basically Ancient Aliens, the movie.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Oh, that's lame.
Which they could have
Yeah.
just gone with that. Like, just do that then. Why try to make it a superhero movie? Why take the name and give us something completely different from what it actually is? This is what they're doing with everything these days, and that's what I'm sick of. This is probably going to have nothing to do with the actual Eternals. And I don't know what.
Well,
when are they
Dr.
going to learn
Arab
their
was
lesson?
saying it too, that they're like race swapping and like gender bending and doing all sorts of stuff, right? So they're not even appealing to their own customer base of like people who love the comics, right? Like,
Mhm.
because when you
Right.
love the comics, you want a certain character to look
Exactly.
and feel like that character, and they're not even doing that. So that's
No. To add to that, even if I don't know anything about the character and I've never read the comics, you should portray the characters in such a fashion that if I go back to the comics,
Mhm.
I'm not going to get, completely thrown off when there's a character that's supposed to be, you show me a character that's black and I go to the comics and it's a white character. Just no.
Mhm.
Yeah. Like,
Just-
who is this?
I know, who is this dude? I don't freaking know, who it is, but oh god, it's just freaking ridiculous.
Should I read Dodgy Arab's
Let's see. I'm gonna get
Oh yes, we're on Mr. Tickle Trunk.
Yeah, you're Mr. Tickle Trunk. You can go ahead.
Mr. Tickle Trunk for $2 says, I'm waiting arms crossed. Disney bores me now. Yeah. They suck.
Boring as hell. Goodness gracious. There's nothing
It's very sad.
coming out from Disney at all that I'm interested in.
Me either.
No, which is so sad.
Yeah. Ugh.
GEC812 with a $5 super chat says ethnicities from higher latitudes equal skin color lighter due to need for vitamin D. Why do aliens look like different human ethnicities? Wouldn't they look similar? It depends on the makeup of their planet. If they're humanoid, then they come from a planet like ours. But these aren't even real people, right? They're supposed to be robots or something.
Robots?
So I don't know.
Are they though? I don't know what they are.
I don't know what they are. But if they are humanoid aliens, then they come from a planet similar to ours to look that way.
Yeah, and
One
their
of them
planet
is a
could
little
be as
kid.
different. Really?
Yeah, because
I
it was
saw
like
that.
a little.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh,
I saw that.
Dash D's for. Oh, is it my turn?
Yeah,
No,
it's
your
my turn. I got it. It's okay, we cover each other. Dash D's for $5 Canadian. Thank you so much. Damn it, Tom. I begged you to stop this morning. Are you trying to give me a stroke? Please call the nurse. My will to live is draining out of my left ear.
I didn't do it. Nobody saw me do it. No way can anybody prove anything.
What is this about? Oh my goodness!
I guess it's in relation to the Eternals trailer. I'm guessing it was painful, but I don't think it was that painful. I think if the nurse showed you some cleavage, you'd be all right.
You revived.
He's back to life.
It's like a 1-up, literally. London Fog 66 for $5. Thank you so much. Marvel can't place this film between two big movies this time. Very good point.
Very good point.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Hills Mallory for $5. The best trailer for a movie was The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, where they mocked movie trailers.
That was great. I remember that.
Yeah, I did. Okay. I had to
great.
think about that one. Yeah, I did see that.
Just a point on the London Fog super chat too. Not just that in terms of the two big movies, also the stuff going on with the Coof and how everything's closed and whatever is open. Like I don't know if this is gonna be a big loss for them if they've had to do reshoots.
Yeah,
and if they had to do like all sorts of stuff like this. This is gonna be. It's gonna be
It's not. Is this one supposed to premiere before or after Shang-Chi? Do you know? I think it's after.
I think it's after.
Yeah, I don't.
Tom, do you know? No. Okay.
No.
No. If it's
What was the
if it's
question?
oh
If the Eternals is before or after Shang-Chi.
Release wise, I believe it comes after, but let me double check here.
and exactly when, because if it's
Dodgy
before
Arab says
Thanksgiving, I don't see it
Okay.
being that great.
Okay.
Oh, he said before? Dodgy Arab said before?
He said after.
He
Everybody
said
said
after. Okay.
Black
okay.
Widow is in July, Shang-Chi is in September, November has Eternals, and then December Spider-Man.
Yeah, Eternals is in
Okay.
that it's in that dead zone. If
Ooh,
it's,
they could do that
if
route
it's coming before
thing.
Spider-Man, forget it. No,
Ooh,
No.
Black Widow too. Like, man, they've moved that date like how many times?
I think like 3
million.
times, and I so do. I'm not interested in.
Yeah, does
Freemason
anyone
anymore.
care? I don't.
Nobody cares. She's dead.
Yeah,
I
she did.
lost interest a
She's
long
dead.
time ago.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm just like, yeah, you lost me. You had a chance, you had a window, and you lost me. Pro Man for $5. Thank you so very much for that super chat. Marvel/DC needs to look at anime and Invincible for where the paradigm is shifting and what younger audiences want to see in their adaptations. Yeah, prime example, Demon Slayer.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
we're gonna be talking about.
That is freaking absolutely amazing. I mean, just story-wise, animation-wise, all of that. And it's just, the characters that they put together. And I heard Invincible is kick-ass too. I haven't had a chance to see that yet. But yeah, I would have to agree with you. Marvel and DC, they're moving at like a snail's pace. It's like I guess they just want to keep running off the fumes from what they've done with the MCU for the past 15 years or so, and think that that's enough and they can coast on those fumes, and it's not.
Invincible is great. Jane and I actually did kind of like a review of the whole season together. It's all on my channel. And we had a lot of fun watching it. I mean, I did. And it's just, I was still having like that superhero fatigue though. So I was like, I went into it like, I don't care. But at the same time, I was like, this is actually really good. Like,
yeah,
this is really what superhero movies or TV shows should be like. It's
and it had their diversity that they wanted. It had some of the SJW stuff, but it had good writing and it had good characters and it had an interesting story, good action. I mean, it can be done. It's just they don't want to invest the time, the energy, the money, and the talent.
Yep.
No, because there's so many other things that are just killer. And I heard about Invincible.
And I mean, the voice acting was like top notch. Even Mark Hamill's in it. Like it was pretty.
Really?
It's really, really good. And the guy from what's that? What's his name? Jane, the Peter Parker, the Daily Bugle guy. What's his name?
Oh shoot! I'm blanking on his name. I know his face, but
yeah, you're fired. That guy.
I need you. Come back here.
Yeah, that one. He's like the main character.
J.K. Simmons.
Yes, J.K. Simmons. Yeah,
okay.
he's the main dad.
Cool.
He's so good.
He's so good.
They could not have done better with casting.
Yeah, the cast is freaking awesome.
Okay, cool.
Did I miss a cue?
Yes.
Yeah.
J.K. Simmons.
Yeah.
And the clip too.
It's okay. He'll catch up.
It's okay. You're fired, Tom.
Fired.
It's okay. Come back. I need you.
You're hired. I need you.
Oh God.
Nina, you want to get Valiant Renegade?
Yeah. Valiant Renegade for $5 says, I was very confused today. Watched a 2-minute YouTube video of paint drying at the end. It said the Eternals. Does it take paint an eternity to dry? Oh my God.
It's so accurate.
Yeah,
I feel like you owe paint an apology, Valiant Renegade.
Wow.
How dare you?
You know what? That trailer could have used some paint. It was so dull.
Yeah.
It sure was. Visually, it's just, yeah.
Was it just me, or did they try to become like Zack Snyder and grayify everything? I was like, is it really gray?
Can we
like,
do that?
On?
I mean, I don't. Whatever.
Like, why would you do that?
They were like, let's put a gray filter on it because everyone likes Snyderverse so much. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, no, all of us do now.
I wouldn't be surprised if they tried to make it darker between now and release.
Oh God!
Don't give them free
Damn
ideas,
it, Jane.
Oh, Jane, you want to go next? Dash
Yes. Dash Dees with a $10 Canadian super chat says the Comanche are close quarter fighters, knife and tomahawk specialists. A 14-year-old girl knife fighting a predator. You got a 26-second movie. U.S. Army had Comanche instructors for unarmed combat, FYI.
Wow.
There you go.
Maybe
Yes.
it's gonna be a femme predator that only knows how to cook the meat that the men hunt in the kitchen,
She's weak.
and then I don't know.
Yeah.
This
They
is so
kill
dumb.
they kill the prey, the humans, and she gets to gut it, right?
Yeah,
You know, rip the.
And then
oh
somehow
God,
she's
I love
thrown-
that scene.
yeah, and then somehow she's thrown into having to hunt it, and then she's
Yeah.
like, I don't know what I'm doing with these weapons.
Oh, God.
What is
Let
this?
let me guess. She's the one who's responsible for polishing the skulls too, right?
Right.
Oh, Michael Gonzalez for $5. Thank you so much for that. Sis, a big Bollywood nut. Bollywood makes politically safe movies to avoid riots, Hindu versus Muslim. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good
Mhm.
point. Has little interest in making sci-fi locally. Well, that's
That's a good
kind of
point.
weird. So it's like you put a Bollywood actor in a somewhat sci-fi film. I don't know if maybe they're trying to get that to give them a taste of that genre to see if it becomes more popular. I don't know.
I don't know.
And it's
either.
gonna, like you said, it's gonna stand out. I mean, it would be different if they're going through time and we see similar scenes recreated in different cultures.
Mhm.
But I don't know if they're that invested. Otherwise, it's just gonna stand out like a sore thumb. Like, why is this Indian scene in here in the first place?
Well, what's weird too is that it's like it's not working. It's not working with the Chinese audience at all. Like Mulan lost a lot of money, and so did Shang-Chi. Apparently, it's having all these problems now being aired in China. So
Yeah.
it's not working for them. So why are they doing the same thing and expecting a different result? I don't know if it's going to work for India either.
No, why don't they just go back to making great stories?
Yeah.
Exactly.
And the audiences it appeals to is the audience that will appeal to, because that's how Disney movies were in the beginning. They just put out good storytelling, and
Mhm.
that's what caught on with certain audiences. You know,
Definitely.
now it's like they want to pander, to somebody.
Mhm.
Hey, we want to get this Chinese money. Let's make a movie we think the Chinese will like. And the
Yeah.
Chinese are like, no, we don't freaking want
No.
this. And then guess what? You're out.
Yeah, they did the same thing with that other animated one too. What was it called, Jane? The one with the dragon thing.
Oh, I can't remember.
Raya and the Last Dragon.
Oh,
That was more geared towards Southeast Asian audiences. So you're talking like Vietnam, Laos, Cambodia,
Mhm.
Indonesia. So it was more Southeast Asian.
But they
And
wanted
Maybe
to
it's just
go
a
for
big
that
push
Asian
toward
market.
Asia. Exactly.
I'm sorry, they
Yeah.
what? You cut
They
out a
wanted to
bit.
go for that Asian market. Is what
Yes. Yeah. So they pivoted from one Asian market to like the other Asian market. But that's like a big push. And notice that kind of lined up with, Asian and Pacific Islander
Mhm.
Heritage Month or something like that.
Mm.
Yeah. So it
Oh.
all fell into line conveniently there. Let's see.
Thrifting.
Yeah, but a big
totally.
time. Just at least be honest about your hustle. Go ahead, Nina.
Exactly. Valiant Renegade for $2. Thank you so much. Says, fine, Lorena. Apologies to Sherwin Williams.
Sherwin Williams.
Mitch Tebow with a $5 Canadian super chat says, in the original Dark Horse comics, the female predators were massive.
Ooh.
Really?
So there is female predators. I didn't know
There
that.
are female predators, but I didn't
Yeah.
think they were the fighters in the species.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I've
didn't
never.
know.
The hunters or what have you. They weren't
Yeah.
that.
Usually, just they were males that were the hunters. I would like to see that. That's pretty frick. That sounds
That's
cool.
cool.
Otaku Saves for $1.99. Thank you so very much. If you like Demon Slayer, read Bleach. It's great. I've heard about Bleach.
I have gripes with Bleach.
I've seen the anime like advertisements, but never got a chance to get into it.
There you go. Bleach. I used to be a huge fan of Bleach. But after they led me on for freaking 900 episodes,
really,
and then they gave me a shitty ending, I was like,
I had to do the ending.
Couldn't stick the landing, huh? Well,
couldn't stick it.
I'll still check it out once I get done the other ones. Thank you for that recommendation.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Go ahead, Nina.
The Tweaky Kid for $9.99. Thank you so much. Says the predator will either be bored to death or told to do better. Thanks, Toxic Fans, for streaming. It's been an insane 72 plus hours as my dog passed away over the weekend. Oh no!
I'm so sorry.
Terrible.
Pets are like family. I lost my cat about a month ago, so it's still sad around my house. My other cat, Professor X, he just doesn't know what to do with himself right now. So that's so hard. Sad. I'm so sorry to hear that. Oh,
I don't know if it's he or she, but rest in peace, little doggy.
Yeah. And your dog seems like he or she was given a great life while she was here. It's hard to think about it like that, but it is true. It's just like they had the best life.
We do the best we can.
Yeah,
absolutely. Let's see. Jane, do you have Darius?
Darius with a $5 super chat says, I heard that Coco would have been banned because it has ghosts, but a Chinese official shed a tear, so they liked it.
Really?
That sounds about right. I know Clownfish TV had said something about that it was kind of weird that the Chinese Coco actually did well in China, considering that whole thing with ghosts. But I didn't know that story, but I believe it.
I gotta say, Coco was freaking amazing. I love Coco.
Maybe why it did well, though. Like, focus on making a good movie.
Exactly. It was visually stunning. You got emotionally invested. It was about family, and with the Chinese, that's a big theme with family. And that was a huge theme in Coco. So that I loved that movie.
I love that movie so much. And like living in Mexico, I tell you, like everyone in Mexico freaking loves Coco. So good.
It was so cool, especially since the grandma actually looked like my grandma. That was freaky.
Oh,
that was really freaky, down to the braids, and I think that was the great grandma. Yeah, the great grandma.
Yeah,
and of course the grandma who like had the shoe to throw. That was my grandma.
Oh,
who's
that's
freaking
so cool.
lethal with the shoe. But yeah, loved Coco. Let's see. I think we're all caught up.
We're caught up.
Yeah, we're caught up with Super Chat. So I think I think we're good.
Thank you so much, everybody.
Yeah. So let's see. We're gonna go on to our next story if I can pull this up. So remember last week our friend Mr. Jerry Conway, who basically told us that if you manga, you support racism and okay, not racism, misogyny and sexism and all of that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, in the same vein of man that yells at cloud, Power Girl co-creator Jerry Conway dismisses critics of his manga hot take as incels, claimed he was just calling out abuse. Now, before we go any further, since we like to stay informed on this show, definition of incel, short for involuntary celibacy. Incel refers to an internet subculture of men who blame women for the fact that they are not having sex.
Oh my god.
Does that sound like you ladies? Since we didn't agree with the
Wow.
old man who yells at Cloud his opinion.
That's insane. I didn't agree with his opinion, and I've enjoyed sexy drawn ladies for a long time, so I guess I'm an incel, but what the is that? No.
Well, that's
No.
the thing. He leapfrogged over all of the women who were also criticizing him for this foolishness.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. You know what? He probably didn't want to go there because, he probably still wanted to look cool.
Mhm.
Or maybe he didn't want to be called, sexist.
Well,
If,
it's just like we had that discussion too, Lorena. It's like he used the word incel because of it's that what did you call it? The keyword? It's like
it's one of the
buzzword.
top 10 keywords in the SJW library.
Yes.
Or lexicon, so to speak.
Yeah, it's like that buzzword or whatever. So he uses that so that he can get the maximum reaction from people that are gonna, he's just a tool. The dude's just such a tool. Why would you say this? This is so stupid.
He's an idiot.
God, it's just like you would think that you dug a big enough hole the first time. But no, you had to go back and double down on stupid.
Mm-hmm.
It's just crazy.
Buzzword.
Yeah,
That's right.
Buzzword.
Thank you.
Yeah, buzzword. So to go down here a little further, okay, can I just say I freaking love this?
Love this. And I also love the eyeshadow.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. I love that.
That is freaking fly. I love that. That's so
That's a great
that's
line.
so freaking gorgeous.
She looks like a woman. Oh my god.
I know. Oh my god.
Yes.
Yeah, comic writers posting their L's online. So, from our friends here at Bounding into Comics, after receiving pushback from manga fans over his desire to see manga creators taken to task for their rampant sexism and misogyny, Power Girl co-creator Jerry Conway has asserted that those critical hot takes are nothing more than, you ready for this? Okay. Incels who beat off to drawings of oversexed preteen girls.
Oh my god.
Wow.
That's pretty disgusting.
Yeah, what the fuck?
He's projecting.
Ooh, probably.
That's what's happening.
Jane,
That's
yeah,
what he
probably.
sees when he looks at manga.
Ew, he's probably doing that. That's gross. I have never done anything like that when it comes to cartoon characters. And I've had major crushes on cartoon characters like Tuxedo Mask and other cartoon characters that I've had huge crushes on, but I've never done that. That's gross.
Yeah.
They're cartoon characters. They're not real.
They're
He
not.
doesn't understand that.
No. And it's just the fact that he talks about, manga fans being sexist. How sexist is this statement?
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh my god.
That's why I thought it was really interesting to bring this up on our show, because you can't really call us incels.
Mm-mm.
Now, can you?
No.
Because we disagree with you.
We don't fit that narrative.
No.
It's almost as if they can't understand that you can enjoy a beautifully drawn cartoon and story and not be attracted to it.
Yes.
Exactly.
Thank you, Jane.
Why
It's
is
like
it so hard for them to understand?
it's like that's why they defeminized Lola Bunny, because they were like, Lola Bunny is too she's got boobs and she's too female looking, so we gotta defeminize her because people are whacking off to it. And I'm like, dude, what the is wrong with you? It's a bunny and a ew.
It's why they defeminize women in these comics too. It's like, what is wrong with you? They don't understand either that women are huge fans of these characters.
Yeah, they don't.
This idea that it's just men is ridiculous.
It is, and I want to actually, Mr. Chickle Trunk, I'm glad you brought this up. She says, I worked with a woman who had a crush on Optimus Prime when she was a little girl.
Aw.
That's cute.
Oh, that's
I'm going to
so
admit to that.
cute. Was it the voice?
Yes.
I
part of it was the voice. Plus, I was an engineering nerd. Okay.
Oh.
So anything having to do with like robotics, I absolutely loved. That's why one of the coolest things, and I forget which episode of the Transformers that it was, where they actually showed a female Autobot. And she looked freaking gorgeous.
Cool.
She looked absolutely, absolutely gorgeous.
What kind of military is this with female Autobots?
It's that new military.
Too many gender fluids to change.
Oh my God.
No joke, at Universal Studios Orlando, if Optimus Prime is out and he talks, I'm like, oh my God, he talked to me.
I love that, Lorena. That happened to oh my God, it was amazing. And I love the Transformers ride too. It's freaking dope.
It's freaking amazing. Absolutely freaking
Hello
amazing.
there, ladybots. What's your sign?
Why am I picturing a bar with like Autobots in it? So this dude, he continues and justified his rhetoric by claiming he was just calling out abuse. What abuse?
What
What's
is
abuse?
What? Yeah, people abusing themselves. Apparently, I don't know.
Is jerking the chicken too much abuse? I don't get it.
Yeah, exactly, Tom. That's what's going on. He thinks that people are abusing themselves to comic book.
I think Jane was right. It's projection. We don't want to know that. I mean, you think because you're doing everybody else. Oh, allegedly.
Allegedly.
Remember, these are the same type of people that like hate masturbate to Ben Shapiro.
Oh, damn. That's gross.
Did you guys ever hear that story?
No.
I don't know how real it is, if it was just satire, if it was real, but like somebody was claiming that they started masturbating to Shapiro on a daily basis out of revenge, and now they can't stop. It's like a habit.
What?
Oh my God. I remember that, Tom. I do remember that. And then they started to like do like especially when they put his like face on the WAP thing.
Oh my
and then
God.
they were like, oh my God, yeah, I do remember that.
I'm so freaking scared. Holy crap. Yeah. Your press me go-karts.
Oh my God, that's funny.
That is funny.
Oh my God.
That is funny.
Look, I'm not
No, those are
kink-shaming
baby-
anyone.
No, those are baby GoBot.
Baby GoBots.
That's funny. Look,
Go
I'm not
watch.
kink shaming anyone because I see people in the chat being like, you know, are you calling out males for doing no. You guys do whatever you want. Everyone has their private time. They could do whatever they want to it. Just don't come out and, you know, do this, what this guy's doing. Don't kink shame other people. I mean, whatever.
And that's the thing, the point that Nina gets to. He's trying to kink shame other people or just shame other people. Shame you for liking manga.
Mm-hmm.
Shame you for liking sexy women, you know, drawn in manga. It's a shame. You shouldn't be attracted to that because, damn it, he's a male feminist and he does not like the fact that you think that feminine figures are attractive. Somehow that's wrong. Now, whether he's uncomfortable with femininity, I don't know. Looking at Power Girl, I'm kind of like, really?
He didn't used to have a problem with it.
And yeah, apparently, you know, you went and did it.
And that's the thing, like when you scroll down in this, and he brings this next point up too, is that hentai is designed for stuff like that. So if you're into stuff like that,
yeah, there you go.
know, There's a whole genre of comic books. It's comic book porn, and it's very big. It's a very big industry, and and people are into that. I'm not.
But why does he
personally.
somehow seems to believe that this translates into real world behavior? Like it's almost as if he's convinced that if people read manga, that they're somehow perverse and will go out into the real world and harm people.
Right.
It's almost analogous to the Grand Theft Auto games,
Right.
like video games,
Exactly.
where they say, okay, if you're playing, like I love playing first person shooter games. That's my freaking thing.
Mhm.
But you somehow think that because someone plays violent video games, that they're going to go out and be violent.
Yeah, or like steal cars and stuff.
Yeah, I'm not going to steal a car, and beat a hooker and,
Yeah.
and do, that kind of stuff in real life. Because, if you watch Cops, you know how that ends.
Yeah. Which has been canceled. Oh, that was a good show.
That's pretty cool.
Tom, did you want to say something?
Yeah, I'm just going to quote Scream. Movies don't make psychos. Movies make psychos more creative.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good quote.
That is a very good point. I love Scream. I got to go back and watch that. That was I like that more than I thought I was going to.
Are you excited about the new one coming out, like Scream 5 or whatever?
Yes and no. I'm not I kind of think they should let that franchise die, but I'm so invested in it. I'll check it out anyway because Courtney Cox is in it. So, yeah, exactly.
So
that's why. So I'm like, I got to check it out just to say that I did. So hopefully it will be good, because if it sucks, I'm not going to be freaking happy. So this dude, where he says, irony is I do read some manga myself, just not near hentai and the actual hentai. I'm not dishing the art form or the culture, just calling out abuse. Yeah, he is. It's like peeing down your leg and then telling you it's raining.
Mm-hmm.
It's, dude. Slasher.
and I'm gonna call bullshit on this and be like, no, this dude's definitely reading hentai, because if he's thinking like everyone's whacking off to it, then that's what he's reading. He's reading hentai.
Yeah, I mean that's further evidence.
Exactly.
He's projecting.
I'm like, what manga are you reading? Because my Jane Austen manga is not explicit at all.
By the way, this is like I think this is the shonen stuff.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Shonen.
So this is not hentai. Hentai has a lot of tentacles involved.
Yeah, I found that out by mistake, and goodness. Never, when a male coworker, I'm being sexist here. When a really good-looking male coworker suggests to you innocently a certain type of anime to go and watch.
Oh no.
You may want to, look it up first before you watch the whole thing. Yeah, that's how I got introduced to what hentai was, and I don't ever want to watch it again.
Wow.
So this dude, as Ethan Van Sciver got in it, because Gary Conway, he got ripped all kinds of freaking ways from Sunday on this. So Ethan Van Sciver says, "Whoa, that ratio, don't F with manga customers."
That's right.
Yeah,
because you poked a bear with this, and this person here, I guess Waxstar, replied, says, "Hey, look, it's your industry."
Oh, murdered.
Yep.
Murdered.
Totally.
I mean, it's not just murdered; he's suicided. Like, that is insane. That picture.
Maybe he's just into whacking off that way.
Oh God.
Autoerotic asphyxiation.
Asphyxiation. Yeah,
I just had a
oh my God.
The X-Files.
This picture though speaks 1,000 words, because this is exactly what Marvel and DC are doing to themselves. They're literally hanging themselves.
Yeah.
With their identity politics, with their weirdo SJW art.
Actually, I think my analogy is a little closer.
Sure.
They're self, congratulating themselves there while they're in the midst of killing themselves and they don't even realize it.
It's true.
Yeah.
Which is true. It's just like they don't realize how much is burning down around them. It's like that meme with the dog saying this is fine.
Right.
That's how they are. They're like, this is fine. This is fine. You don't like our stuff. You're an ist, you're a phobe, you're an incel. You're part of Comics Gate.
Oh, comics. See, they slap that label on you so hard if you're like just even a little bit like, I'm not feeling this comic. Oh, you're Comicsgate. That means you're a bigot and you're a fucking weirdo and like all this shit. And you're like, dude, calm down. Like,
meanwhile, they're losing money.
Yeah,
completely. Because remember last week where I showed the list of the top 20 graphic novels, all of them were freaking manga. All of them were manga.
And I think there was another article that dropped too. Let me just quickly, I think I saw a picture of it going around, that Demon Slayer's manga has sold out. There it is. Let me just quickly share my screen here.
Okay.
Demon Slayer manga outsells entire comic book industry.
Wow.
I mean, that's pretty crazy.
And I believe it. I absolutely believe it. I mean, I have not been interested in Marvel or DC comics, like really hardly at all. I watched one episode of Demon Slayer because I was told I needed to watch the whole series before I saw the movie or I'd be lost, which is true. From the first episode of Demon Slayer, literally the first 5 minutes of it, I got invested and I couldn't believe it's like when you see bad writing that's so bad, you're kind of just low expectations. And it's like you see this stuff and it's so good. I mean, amazingly good. And it's like killing it. And yeah, I believe it. And guys like Jerry Conway and J. Scott Campbell, it's like it just seems like all you can do is hate on manga and independent comics because they're doing the job you refuse to do.
Exactly. Well, at least J. Scott Campbell's still very much into drawing sexy women. He's not, at least he's not being
That's true. He just needs to be careful throwing that Comicsgate
label
around disparagingly. So
was lame, but at least he's not backed out from drawing his sexy art, which I appreciate. Like
he owned his sexy. I like that.
Yeah,
I like that cover. I thought it was really cool.
Did you see his updated cover? It was so nice. I was like, oh my god, that's so beautiful. Did you see it?
I don't think I've seen it.
Okay, I'm gonna pull it up just so you can see it.
Okay. Ask Conway how he feels about Raylos. Bet that sick bastard is okay with those sickos. I can see it. But then again, it's like having the right, I don't want to say politics. It's not necessarily politics. Having the same mindset, let's put it that way.
Yeah. But anything that's it seems more creative, that embraces tradition and the legacy of comics, that's what they seem to be rejecting now. If you simply favor older comics and older stories and older characters, you're still labeled, even if you don't criticize the new things that they're coming up with. I mean, they want to completely burn everything that created the foundation of the fandom itself.
Yep.
And it's sad, and it's just, it doesn't make any sense from a financial standpoint, but they seem more focused on trying to reshape society, and that's what it's all about. That's what it comes down to ultimately.
Yeah, they're much more invested in the message. To kind of quote the Joker or paraphrase Joker, it's not the money, it's the message. They want to tell you how to think, which characters you should like, which storylines, that you should like. It's, very dictatorial. We're going to tell you what you're supposed to like, and you're going to like it.
Well, I mean, Anthony Mackie pretty much came out and said as much about Disney and where they're headed with the whole, we're here to sell an ideology. That's what we care about now.
Which lines up with that whole reimagining tomorrow and the diversity and inclusion initiative that's going on. So it all freaking lines up. Because speaking of that, as Nita, you posted this on Twitter. Jerry Conway is getting a lot of heat from the anime manga crowd, but check out this other really bad take on his regarding cancel culture. Mm-hmm. He's taking the accountability culture route with LeVar Burton.
Mm-hmm. I mean, when I saw this, I was just literally like, oh God, dude, what are you doing?
It's like they're completely ignoring what's actually happening. People are being canceled for everything. Mm-hmm. It's not as if people are actually doing things wrong, simply having a different opinion, having a unique thought. Anything they disagree with, they're immediately trying to cancel you all over Twitter. It's out of hand. It has nothing to do with accountability because they're canceling people who haven't done anything wrong.
I heard today, Jane, that they're trying to cancel Pedro Pascal. Is that true? Wait, really? Yeah, it made me laugh, but I don't know what it's about. But I heard that he's being canceled, and I was like, oh, I wonder what happened. Tom, do you know what's going on with that? I don't.
Nope, first time hearing of it, actually.
Yeah, I don't know. I heard something about Pedro Pascal being canceled.
Now that I think about it, I think I saw Ryan Kinnell did a video. I didn't get a chance to look at it. Something about him supporting Gal Gadot.
Oh, it probably has to do with like that, like the
I think it has to. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It does.
The prayer when she talked about praying for peace.
Yeah,
yeah.
For that,
who knew praying for peace was so apparently you can get canceled for that because I guess,
I think that's shittier that he come out and supported her but didn't support Gina. Fuck that bad.
That's what I'm saying. He was pretty freaking quiet then.
Yeah.
But, apparently, Gal Gadot supposedly, she's trying to freaking cancel her, is more in line with the ideology that he's aligned with as opposed Gina Carano. So it's a lot easier for him to throw Gina Carano under the bus. Not so much Gal Gadot.
But this should show those, particularly on the left, that no one is safe. Yeah. I mean, if you can be canceled simply for a prayer, then no one is safe. No matter what you say, no matter where you stand, no matter what the issue, you're going to have a mob of people on Twitter trying to cancel you for it because they disagree with you. And they can't just accept that you have a different opinion. They want to shut you down entirely because of it.
Right.
Well, there you go. Kaylee says Pedro just tweeted about the movie that they are both in and the mob went after him. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. It's as simple as that. He didn't even say shit.
Out. They're calling for her movies to be pulled. They're calling for her to be to not get another job again in acting. I mean, it's insane.
Can I just notice just how freaking deplorable and evil it is that you want to destroy somebody just because their opinion doesn't line up with yours?
But that's cancel culture. This is what's so deplorable about people like Jerry Conway here, and what LeVar Burton is saying is that they don't see that. They're like, oh no, it's just accountability. But no, it isn't. It's a freaking witch hunt, and they will come after you and your livelihood, your entire life, your job, like everything that's about you, they'll want canceled forever. They want you to go kill yourself, basically.
Yes. It's basically, you're not, it's not you're a good person with bad ideas. You're a bad person with bad ideas.
Mm-hmm. And there is no forgiveness.
No, there's zero. There's none. They just want to annihilate you. Mm-hmm. So that's why, this whole thing with accountability culture, they do with the wordsmithing here. It's like, I'm good. Like Judge Judy says, don't pee down my leg and tell me it's raining. They pee down your leg by saying it's accountability culture.
But they're doing it to change the name.
Hello.
This is J. Scott Campbell drawing that he redid the drawing of that famous drawing that he did. So he said like this would be like the updated version of this. If he was to draw it today, this is what he would draw. So he kind of did like the opposite, where she has no top.
I like the Spidey gloves. I like that.
The Spidey gloves is beautiful, and you know he's got. I mean, look at so much more shading, so much more detail going on versus the original.
I think the original is much cuter.
You think this one's cuter?
Yeah. I think it's vintage. When I look at it, it's just I see a different. It fits with that time period.
Yeah.
To me, it's like I like both. One is more of a vintage style, and one is more like a modern.
Well, I mean, I'm always a sucker for longer hair.
Yeah,
but I mean, he's definitely like modernized, you know, the hair and everything like that.
She looks like a zombie.
You think?
Damn, Jane.
I don't. She
how?
Like a feminine. I don't know. I don't know.
How? I'm just asking, just how.
Oh my god.
Is it the eye color?
I think it's the eye color and hair color and.
What? She's got like the same color eyes here, and
I think it has to do with the color shading. I think when you go back, it has like this Miami club look right now. With the lighting, it kind of does. So I get it. I think if her hair was maybe darker, maybe it would look a little wouldn't look as different. But I think because okay, I can kind of see that.
I'm still digging it though, because she's still hot. She's sexy. She's happening.
She's got pearls.
Yeah. And I dig this versus what's going on with Jerry Conway there being like, you know, manga needs to stop being sexy and needs to stop being, you know, whatever this is. Like this is wrong. Right. And that's not cool.
Really, Kaylee, that's what they're doing? I'm not surprised. Twitter, goodness gracious.
Twitter
Pedro by pausing quote tweets where it won't let you scroll further down into the quoted tweet. I have seen that happen before.
I mean, they paused likes on people's posts.
They did it to Gina as well.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank
congratulations.
You for letting me celebrate my boyfriend proposing to me. I cried last night when he asked me in front of my family at dinner. Oh, yay.
Oh, congrats. Congratulations. That's awesome. Oh, thank you so much for letting us know that.
Yeah, that's so
cool.
Cute.
That's so cool. Let's see. Yeah, you know what? These freaking people. they're hurting and they're going down. You know what? And they deserve to, because it's like they're not serving the customer, you know, as they should. And you know, they're not rolling with the times here. Times must always can and do change. So they need
if you guys want to see more awesome drawings of the Black Cat, though, J. Scott Campbell's Twitter is filled with them, because he did do a hashtag redraw of that specific art, and the styles and the amount of creativity that people have just gone and put out there is absolutely wonderful to look at. And guess what? It's 1,000 times better than what the hell's coming out of Marvel and DC right now.
Oh man,
it's good. It's good stuff.
Well, speaking of good stuff, we have got some super chats that we need to catch up on. And thank you guys. You're so generous. Over 470 of you guys watching us. So thank you so very much. Please do hit that like button and share the stream like our hardworking wrench, Mr. Tickle Trunks, is asking people to do. So we have here Stephen Yarnell for $9.99. The original Eternals comic was classic Jack Kirby artwork with over-the-top visuals, chock full of color on every page. I don't know what the trailer was supposed to be, but it wasn't the Eternals.
Wow, that says a lot right there.
It looked distressed.
It
like aged filter or something.
It
wasn't right.
They were trying to make it Zack Snyderish. I'm telling you, man. They were people apparently like this weird gray filter. Let's put that shit on there.
Stop trying to be like other people. Really, let's see your vision, not hey, want to be, no, don't want to be like, just let Zack Snyder be Zack Snyder. You be
Exactly.
you. Oh,
And if a comic is popular, put the comic on screen. That's
thank
what
you.
people want to
Thank
see.
you. I
Why
have a
reinvent the
couple of
wheel?
comics with Jack Kirby's artwork, and it's freaking gorgeous. So it
Yeah.
just hurts my heart to hear that, that they just didn't go with that.
And this is what I think what Jane is also alluding to is like, what Dodgy Arab was saying earlier, like put no like race spending, no, or like, whatever, like just stop doing all this weird shit, put the comic onto the screen, because that's what the people want to see. They want to see that comic representation on screen. You really don't have to do much. Like it's all there.
I think they really don't want to do the work. Because let's go back to, and I hate going back to it, but it's a prime example. WandaVision.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you didn't show Doctor Strange. He was in the freaking comics.
Mm-hmm.
You don't show him. You don't say anything about Mephisto, not even in passing.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even do that.
Even though they had like tropes of his like everywhere.
Yes, there were
like
clues,
Easter eggs
everywhere, which led us to believe we're gonna see something. We're gonna see somebody. And if at least Mephisto should have been mentioned, but at the very least, Doctor Strange should have shown up.
Yeah,
and he didn't. And it just proves that you don't read the comics. You don't care about the comics. You just want to put your vision out there.
Yeah, not the vision we like.
No,
Vision.
no. I mean, you want to do something a little different, okay, but pay proper tribute to the comic lore, and it's pretty obvious they didn't. They just pretty much wiped their ass with it. It's pretty much what happened.
Or just name it something else.
Exactly. Oh God, y'all doing the same thing like I did with Star Wars. Okay.
Oh my God.
Go ahead, Nina.
Primark Walken, thank you so much. Says, according to some of the Predator lore that I have read, the females were primarily tribal leaders and the hunting was left to the males. Ooh. I like that.
But see, that's the thing. That's interesting in and of itself, right? Why not just adapt that to screen? Why do you have to change everything?
Because it's like that seems like a traditional female role. It's like, for example, with like African matriarchal societies, which nobody really talks about, but they should. It's like that's an established role, an established gender role. And, the woke folks, they don't like that sort of thing.
No.
They really don't.
Hashtag get woke, go broke, though.
Exactly. Broke as hell. Jane of Albatross.
Albatross with a $5 super chat says, is it racist to impose American Puritan standards on Japanese manga?
Yes, it is.
It is.
Yes, it is. Which is weird, too. That's one of the things that actually has been long in discussion, has been the fact that, for example, like manga likes to draw big eyes, right? Like take Sailor Moon, for example. Like they had, very big eyes and blonde hair. So it's been long debated that whether the Japanese culture tried to kind of, gear that purity and goodness towards white blonde, the figure and what people look like. Yeah, the type. I mean, I did never see it like that, but they do seem to lean towards that themselves as a culture. They think
they will tell you, though, to them, they still look Japanese. They like the different hair colors and the different skin colors and all of that, but to them, they still see themselves in their own art. It's only Americans or Westerners projecting onto it because we see these features and we associate them specifically with Westerners, but they don't necessarily do that.
No, and they do it a lot less now, I feel like, than they did back in the 80s and 90s when, it was a little bit more predominant. But now the art, even the art, I mean, the art style of manga and anime has changed so much. Even like now, it's just there's so much creativity and so much beauty going on, and they have really owned their own culture and their own what Japanese people look like and what they feel like in their own. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen the movie Your Name. I mean, it's visually stunning. Oh, girl, Lorena, you gotta watch this movie. You will love it.
I got a whole list here. Okay.
But this is just a movie, so this is not an episode thing, you know?
Oh, yes, it's one and done. Okay.
Yeah, it's a one and done, and it's freaking fabulous. It's so good. Jane, you too. Get on.
Well, I'll add, because here's my thing. To me, racism is such a very, very heavy charge. I wouldn't really call it racist. I would call it extremely bigoted for sure. That's one that I would use, because honestly,
that's fair,
not just saying that this is how you use it, but that term racism, it's such a heavy, heavy charge that you really need to prove that case. So in this case, I would say that it's bigoted very, very much, because you're projecting your standards on someone else, and that is a very bigoted way of viewing things.
And it's also sort of in line with this history of colonization, of imposing your beliefs and your ideas and onto other people because you think that theirs isn't good enough or doesn't meet your moral standard.
Exactly.
But yeah, we really need to stop. We need to stop imposing our views on other people. People in the rest of the world are fine. They don't need our permission. They don't need our perspective on things. Just let their culture exist.
Yeah, and put it out there. Let somebody discover it, and if they want to pull parts of it, in there, they'll do it. They'll do it. Let's see. Where are we? We are Michael Gonzalez for $5. Thank you so very much for that. Incel, used to be little, invokes imagery of SNL sketch of Shatner and Star Trek. God. Have you ever kissed a girl? Get out of your parents' basement. I freaking love that.
That was good.
That is so classic.
That's classic SNL. That's when they were still funny.
And they were funny. And I never forgot. I think I saw that skit, and then I think years later I went to a Star Trek convention, and I'm like, oh my God, some of these people, Shatner was right.
Oh my God, they're here now.
You're a bunch of losers and nerds. Get a life.
It's just a TV show.
Oh, I love him. Christian Corlejo, thank you so much for the $5. Says, jokes on Jerry. The manga who create the manga. Okay, I think he meant manga. Who created Demon Slayer, Koyaharu Gatug? Is that did I say
Gatuge?
Gatuge, thank you. Is a 32-year-old millennial woman. Wow, that's
really
awesome. Cool. That's awesome.
Oh, I like that even more now. Shoot.
A lot of amazing manga creators are women. A lot of them.
And a lot of the fan base, which again is what they're trying to ignore. London Fog 66 with a $5 super chat says, sounds like Conway's wife's boyfriend caught him in 4K waking to Power Girl and anime and told his wife, and now his wife is making him post this.
If you want to get some, you better make up for it. The heck. Oh my God.
Can you imagine? That's hilarious.
That is so freaking funny. Oh,
she's making him denounce it.
You guys in the chat, I swear, every week you guys bring it. Just, oh man.
Oh my God.
That's savage.
Flawless victory. Somas US, thank you so much for the $5 Canadian. We appreciate that. Watch the new Disney movie, Mostly Women. all body types represented, not a single actual breast among them. I swear they fear actual femininity. They do.
They
do.
do.
They absolutely do. I mean, if you go back, I want to say just go back 10 years ago and look at Disney movies. You know, women like boobs. Oh God, especially Pirates of the Caribbean. Shoot, how much I think boobs were required.
Yeah. Got that right.
Boobs were required, you know.
Not
Pirate
anymore.
wenches, all of that. Yeah, now they just, you know, they want to tape you up and all that. Yeah, they do. They do.
Now you have to be a
Definitely.
12-year-old boy.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
But somehow,
And we're going to talk more about that actually.
Ah,
Oh,
yeah.
goodness.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, told you we had a packed show for you today, tonight. Let's see. I think you're up, Nina. Otaku Sage.
Otaku Sage for $1.99. Please read Berserk, everyone. Rest in peace, Miura. Yes, although it doesn't have an ending, but yes.
No ending.
No ending. Rest in peace. That's why I call it the original Game of Thrones anime.
Okay.
It doesn't have an ending. It was funny because the week before it happened, I was talking to Gary about it because he was on my channel for Infinite Talk, and we were talking about it, and I was like, I don't know who told you to read Berserk, man, but it doesn't have an ending, and it's been going on for like 25 years or something. And he was like, what? And he got so annoyed. He was like, oh, I don't want to name whoever it was that recommended it to me, but oh man, I'm mad. And he was visibly annoyed.
Crap.
It was pretty funny. But then yes, rest in peace. We're never gonna get an ending now. That's
Boba Yoki with the $5 super chat says anime manga talk is why you need to contact Dan Fan and invite her as a guest sometime. If you don't know her, think Unikitty from Lego Movie.
No,
really.
I've never seen a single Lego movie, so
I have.
Yeah,
I have. They were too much fun, especially Lego Batman movie was funny. But I actually liked the Lego Ninjago movie even more. I didn't think I was gonna like it as much, but I did. It was freaking funny. All I got is.
I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
I don't know why, but this reminded me of like how there was definitely an anime manga element to Into the Spider-Verse, and I really loved that too because they had that anime character. That was really cool. And
that was cool. I know some people have their druthers about Into the Spider-Verse, but I liked how it felt like comic book pages when you were watching it. So I liked it in isolation.
I liked it because I thought that was one of the last times like they were creative. Like it was actually really creative and really cool. And I don't know, I really liked it. And I didn't think I was gonna.
I didn't either, but I actually visually enjoyed watching it. It was a good popcorn. It was a good popcorn flick. Let's see.
Is it my turn?
Is it?
I keep losing
crap. I was losing track too. Let's see. I think it's me. Mr. Tickle Trunk for $5 Canadian. Thank you so much, and thank you for wrenching for us tonight. I wonder what his view on slash fiction is. Oh Lord, you know where 99% of the women who ship two male characters together make them bang, usually S&M style. Yes,
oh my God.
I found out about this through Stargate SG-1 fandom. For some reason, they wanted to ship Daniel and oh God, I'm blanking out. And oh God. And O'Neill together. For some reason, that was the predominant ship, and women were writing this. And I'm just like, I
didn't know that's what this was called.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Okay, I'm going to tell you something that's going to really, really, unless you're adventurous, there is Kirk and Spock slash out there.
I know. I've seen Picard and Data slash, and I was like,
my
what
God.
is this?
That's another one. Picard and Data, DS9, Derek and Bashir.
Oh my God.
How is that a thing?
There used to be, no kidding, people would make fanzines of nothing but Slash.
Yeah, it's gross.
I,
Well, for me, it's gross. I don't know.
I know they
women,
do it
and
with the
women would-
Winchesters and Supernatural, but
that's a thing. That's a thing. That's a whole not underground, but that's a whole industry right there. Is Slash. I do. Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Not kink shaming. If you're into that, that's totally cool, man.
It's
You do.
it's out there. I'm just saying.
but
It's
some of
just fun
those
for me.
pairings are questionable. I've never heard of the Data thing.
Yeah, Data and Picard. I was
Data
like,
and
what
Picard.
the man? Oh my
Yeah,
god.
Oh my
but
God.
the whole Bashir and Garrick. That's
Oh god, that's so messed up.
and of course they. Oh God.
That's
Yeah.
highly disturbing.
Okay. I won't get into the Kira Dax either. But you
Oh
know,
god.
okay. Sorry. Go ahead, Nina Merlin.
Maryland's Id. Is that Id, right? Not
Yeah, it's
ID.
it. Yeah, it's it.
For
Id.
$5, thank you so much. Says seems he'd rather have toddler-esque andros what?
Androgynous.
Thank you. Androgynous body types. Who's the pervert again? The most deviant H artists have a more class than this dude. Yeah. Hentai artists have more class than this dude.
I think they do want androgyny to be the norm. I think that's what they're trying to normalize.
Ooh.
No gender, nothing that makes you discernibly male or female.
No,
Ugh,
That's
I
boring.
agree.
it is.
Feminized men and masculine women. That does not appeal to me.
That doesn't appeal to me at all.
Nope. T Neil 89 with a $5 super chat says, "What flummoxes me is how exactly this excrement clown, thanks to crying the customer base, will translate into them then buying his comics."
Because it's not about buying the comics. It's about him being invited to the right parties and being in the right circles, and knowing the right people.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much it. They don't give a flip about you as a customer. They don't care.
They just continuously want to shoot themselves in the foot, it seems. It's just so weird.
They do, and blame
It
the fans
is.
when we don't want to buy their crap sandwich they're trying to sell it.
Yeah, like when the whole bird of prey thing happened, and then they were like, "Oh, you guys are all sexist," and it's like, no, nobody liked your movie because it
No.
sucked.
Oh God, I think I only got through half of that movie and
I didn't even watch it because everybody said it sucked.
It
so I
was
like,
terrible.
I'm not watching this.
I tried to watch it on HBO Max. I'm like, what is this crap? Oh God, I can't. I got to the point where I said, okay, now granted, blowing up that factory, that was pretty cool. I did like that.
I didn't see that.
I did like blowing up, the
There was
the
another
factory.
movie too. It was the new Charlie's Angel. That lady.
Yeah.
She came out and she was like, "Oh, you guys are all sexist because you don't like my movie," and it's just like, "Oh no, dude, no."
It's just
No,
a bad movie.
Your movie sucks.
Yeah, your movie sucked, lady.
We don't want to see that. Go back and watch the movie, the one version that had Drew Barrymore, Cameron Diaz, and Lucy Liu in it. That was a Charlie's Angels movie.
I love that movie.
That was freaking fun.
That was great. That was
fun, and it didn't demonize men. All right, go ahead.
Too much femininity.
Too much femininity. I love that scene where Cameron Diaz is like dancing, like
I know.
shaking her booty. I love that scene. Oh, Dash D's for $5 says Gadot's a big target as well, for she served in the IDF. Lots of decades of hatred there too. I mean, yeah, it's a really big it's a division thing, right? Like there's just so much in that whole situation going on that on both sides that's very divisive, and so she is a big target for sure.
But people still need to understand. I mean, it's not as if everyone in Israel agrees. I mean, they are divided politically, like every country.
Yes,
you can't just throw everybody there in one big pot and accuse them of having some view you don't like. The only thing she said was that she prayed for peace.
Yeah,
that's it.
And
that's not a bad thing to pray for peace.
It's not. It's not. I'll grab this Dash D's because I think I was supposed to go and I forgot. I didn't pay attention. Dash D's for $2 Canadian. Thank you. She was a phys ed instructor, by the way. Oh, I believe it.
No.
Yeah, I believe it. Absolutely.
Which is an important role in the military. It's good. You need that.
Mhm.
Darth King with a $5 super chat says anime recommendations. Ghost Stories from 2000. The English dub is best. The VAs hilariously went off script. The voice actors.
Oh.
Ghost
That's cool.
Stories.
Ghost Stories. Okay, I have to add that. I'm taking Mandy's part.
Y'all,
I have to add that.
The
Yeah,
list is
that's my
getting
list.
long.
Yeah, this is going to be a list for several years because
Yeah, I who knows when I'll ever freaking get through it. Let's see. She Postmodernist for $20. Thank you so very much for that. Cancel culture is older than dirt. Read about Queen Jezebel, 1 Kings chapter 21. She wrote letters in the king's name, telling men to make false claims against a man who would not sell land to the king. He was executed.
What? That's crazy.
Yeah, I'll add something a little bit slightly more modern. The Crucible.
Mm.
They were just canceling people left and right. Okay, we're gonna kill you, but it is. I think it is older than dirt, but I think now, as opposed to people pushing against it for the most part, now it's just been allowed to just go and just thrive. And
well, aren't we supposed to evolve though? I mean, even if it is old as dirt, it's like, aren't we supposed to get past those things and evolve and move on, with the worst of us, but instead we've just like amplified it now. Like, that's just crazy to me.
I think some have and some haven't, and social media has a lot to deal with it, because if you look back years, it took quite a while for things to take traction. Now it's just like things can change almost minute by minute depending on where you look. You can just put something out there on social media. You don't have to verify it, but you just put it out there and it just goes, it just goes viral.
Hillis Mallory, thank you so much for the $5. Says Doctor Strange was supposed to be in WandaVision, but Benedict Cumberbatch couldn't be there on film because of travel restrictions at the time.
That's not what Kevin Feige said.
Yeah, that's not what he said.
How would travel restrictions have anything to do with it when they could get a private plane?
Yeah, they would get a
green screen.
They did not want him in there because he was a white male.
Yeah, and not just that, they also rewrote his movie script based on the fact that he wasn't turned out to be in WandaVision. So I don't know where you heard this, Hills Mallory, but I don't think this is accurate.
that wasn't the deal. I would have believed that if we hadn't heard what Kevin Feige said a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Where he finally copped to the real reason why Benedict Cumberbatch was not in WandaVision. So let's see. Jane, you're up next. Diego Flores with
the $5 super chat. Some of the most prolific, what does that say?
Doujishin?
Yeah. Authors, more adult-oriented manga are women.
We heard that last week too. Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, like the creator of Sailor Moon, which her name totally escapes me. Rumiko Takahashi, creator of Ranma and Inuyasha. There's so many.
Oh God, so Inuyasha is gorgeous.
I love Inuyasha. And did you know that there's a new Inuyasha? They're like a new anime of it has come back, and it's about their kids. I cannot wait to watch it.
I don't have enough time.
I know.
I swear to God, I don't freaking have enough time.
I don't have enough time either, but I'm making time for that because that was like one of the animes I grew up on. Freaking Inuyasha. I love that freaking anime. That was
It's
cool.
all internalized misogyny
and sexism.
Inuyasha is one of the only. Inuyasha is one of the only animes that I allowed to be that lengthy. I was like, after this, I'm done. Never again with the lengthy animes. Hi, is it my turn? I don't know. It's mine.
Let's see. I think it's mine.
Okay.
Hyde 132. Thank you for the $5 super chat. The Bashir and Garrick was actually started by the actor who played Garrick. He wrote some DS9 books and admitted he played the character as such. Yeah,
What?
I remember talking to Andrew Robinson at a convention, and he did say that. But before he even started saying that at conventions, people that I would interact with, they immediately started doing the Bashir and Garrick slash. So by the time Andy Robinson actually said that at a convention, it was like, yay, we're vindicated.
Oh God, he shouldn't have said that. That's
yeah. It was
Jeez.
I
can't get that out of my head now. That's messed up. I'm never gonna be able to watch DS9 again without thinking that. It's the same thing with the Picard Data thing. Like after I found that out, I was like, I can never look at these people the same way again.
I still can't grasp. I can't grasp that at all.
It's so
I can't.
gross.
You can't have me let me have my Tasha Yar Data fantasy.
I know, right? Jesus.
Dang it. Sorry, go ahead.
Yes, she's for $5. Thank you so much. Says, ladies, please don't hide your ladies and be 12-year-old boys. I need a reason to get up in the morning. Yeah, they're here.
Yeah, we'll always show the ladies,
Yeah.
Yeah,
they're there.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, Jane's a cartoon character. God,
you
Jane.
just have to use your imagination.
Yeah. Don't
Mm-hmm.
use your imagination too hard, though.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You can go check out my Halloween picture from last year.
Yeah, you do. You gotta see that.
Yeah, that was great.
That was hot.
I love that.
That was a gorgeous picture. So go ahead, Jane. Stephen Yarnell.
Oh, I didn't see it.
That's okay.
Stephen Yarnell with the $1.99 super chat. Jane, your voice is so calming, almost like ASMR. Great stream tonight, ladies. Thank you.
Thank you, Stephen Yarnell. We so appreciate that. Oh my gosh, you guys are so generous with these super chats and just being in chat and just bringing it with your awesome comments.
Just hanging out with us tonight. Thank you.
Absolutely. Okay, folks. So we're going to data Tasha.
Oh my God.
Well, I forget which episode of TNG it was, but there was a line that was written out in the episode where they bring Tasha Yar back as a hologram, given her last will and testament or whatever, and she turned to Data and said it did happen.
Oh.
But they didn't keep that in there. Daggone it, I wanted them to keep that in.
Well, they definitely were doing it, and apparently he was really good because
well versed in multiple techniques.
Yeah.
I remember that. I'm sorry, that's what happens. All the engineering nerds like me were like, oh yeah, okay, fully functional. All right, gotcha. Speaking of exactly. Okay. Was it? Naked Now and Skin of Evil is when she was killed, and the Naked Now, right, was when she was brought back. Yes, he was fully functional. Yes, indeed.
Fully functional. That's
fully
right.
Functional.
That's right.
Well, speaking of functional and God, where do we start with this? So I got to give a shout out to Young Ripa actually for pointing me to this Instagram post. So have you ladies seen this abomination here for the upcoming HBO Max animated series My Adventures with Superman? What's wrong with this picture?
Oh, there's so much wrong with it.
Yeah, where do we start? Jane,
start from the top.
Please, Jane, help.
The 12-year-old boy holding on to Clark.
Yeah,
can we start there?
Let's start there. Let's start there.
Let's start there with the what'd you call it, Lorena? She got the Ken doll.
as anatomically correct as a Ken doll.
Yeah.
That's a quote from Dogma. If you've ever seen that movie, go see it.
Like, what the fudge, man? What the fudge?
Why does she look like an angry little boy?
Yeah,
I don't understand. What is she wearing? What is this hair about?
Oh my god.
SJW hair.
I'm only surprised it's not purple.
I'm a little surprised it's not shaved on the side, because you know how they all have that weird buzz cut thing going on. I don't know.
I'm surprised it's not blue.
Yeah.
And oh Lord, I could. That's what I said about Clark.
That's funny.
Because at first I looked and I'm like, oh my god, he looked like a freaking cuck. Because my impression of like Clark Kent has always been this big, tall, just dorky dude, but he's pretending to act dorky so he could, fit in. But he didn't look like a cuck, and I'm just like, oh my god, this just not. It doesn't look right. He's like being grabbed on by a 12-year-old boy with an earring.
Me too'd by her. He's all like, he's staring off into the distance, like extremely shocked, and he's like, "What's happening? I'm being touched."
Right.
Like, it's just and which is. That's hilarious. He's got that blushing thing going on though, because it's like that is a total manga trope, actually, or anime trope, where the male characters get that blush thing going on when a girl is like, talking to them or super close to them and stuff. Right. But Clark Kent, I mean, I can forgive the Clark Kent part, because he's supposed to be nerdy, and he's supposed to be playing that nerdy part of him not liking, not being comfortable with being that close with Lois or whatever. Okay, I can deal with that. But Lois Lane, like, that would make sense if Lois Lane was a very sexy woman, right? Whereas in this is not. So what is he uncomfortable with? That she's a boy? Like, I don't know what's going on, because this isn't really making sense.
I don't get it. It's like with the first Lois and Clark Superman series, the one with Dean Cain. I love that one.
I love that.
It's like, Clark was, he pretended to be, awkward and all that, and as soon as Lois walked around, he was all like, beside it and all of that, tripping over himself and everything. It's like that's the Clark we expect to see. He's still masculine, but that's what we liked about him. And he wasn't like subservient to Lois, which is what it looks like here.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they went for in this image, because this is a power image, because he's hunched over, whereas she's.
Did I say Superman and Lois instead of Lois and Clark? My bad.
I think you did.
I'm sorry.
Did. Yeah, that's okay. I knew what you meant.
That's the name it should have had.
But yeah, so he's hunched over. She's a lot more. She's like, well, she's to his level, which is like just. That's not correct, because he's very tall.
Yes.
And over, he would be over her, but that's what, like, he's kind of hunched over in that power, like he's giving away that power, right? And she's just like, oh yeah, like, I'm here, and then you got that God, that poor Jimmy Olsen in the background. Yeah.
What the hell? Okay, can I just please stop doing this? What's to be gained by race swapping Jimmy Olsen? Okay, those of us who have read the comics, we're not stupid. Jimmy Olsen is supposed to be this skinny, dorky white guy who seems to be pretty much, in awe of Clark Kent. You're not fooling us with this. You're only doing this to tick a diversity box and say, look,
he's a ginger.
Well,
yes, he's a
it-
freaking ginger.
Get with
And
the
it's
times,
also-
ladies. They changed him into a black, non-threatening male in Supergirl.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he's about
Well,
as
but that's the
anatomically correct
thing.
as a Ken doll too. That's the other trope. Make the black man as non-threatening as possible. God,
And make the most ridiculous character the black one.
And the ginger side continues. Like, what the fuck, man?
Well, they don't like gingers anyway, so
no.
Yeah, so they're like, make him the
make him
ginger.
black. He's disposable.
I,
Oh my
They
god.
both are.
I would give you a pass if he was even a biracial ginger. I would give you a pass for that, just so long as he's still freaking ginger. But this doesn't.
Yeah.
No. This doesn't.
No.
This doesn't work. Oh, you funny, Mr. Tickle. Hey, I'm a toxic female. I will not apologize to quote Charlie.
Shouldn't Jimmy be a little bit shorter too, because he's standing in the background, not in the foreground? This is just such a weird image in so many ways. Why is he so tall? Like, I don't get it.
Why is he there in this scene?
I don't
He's taking pictures of whatever they're looking at.
because it's just
I
so
don't know.
weird. I just don't. It just seems like I remember you only tagged Jimmy. They were going out when Clark was going out to check out a story, either him or Lois. Then that's when Jimmy Olsen seemed to pop up, or when they were looking for a picture or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh goodness.
Or when Jimmy was like, I'm gonna do this, and then he would just go and do whatever and get into trouble, and then Clark had to come rescue him.
he was a little eager beaver.
He was a little eager beaver, and then he would always get in trouble because he couldn't do it as well as Lois Lane, so he would just always get in trouble.
That's why they made him black.
Because he's the loser.
Yes.
That's it. Just pant from afar.
That's why they made him a redhead, honestly.
You're not going to
Oh
get
my
Lois.
God.
You're going to lose into this guy. Oh God, I can't. It's just, oh wait, somebody he had his lens cap on.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
I didn't even notice that until right now.
Oh, what is
God,
happening?
I don't.
What is he looking at, too? His eyes are kind of...
He's like, I wish
Going
that
in
was
this
me.
direction.
Yeah,
Instead
I
of
wish.
Lois, I wish that was me. That's what it is.
Oh my god. I thought
But she looks like a boy. Look, he's like, I wish that was me. Because if this was, I'm being toxic here. Because if this guy was straight, he would be hating on this dude and cock blocking every single opportunity he had. He would not look this happy, okay?
You were so right, because I didn't think about it like that, but you were so right. He wants to be in the place of Lois Lane, not the other way around. That is just, oh my god.
Exactly.
It's terrible.
I still think, dude, why does Clark Kent look like he's been sexually
Kidnapped?
assaulted?
What'd you say, Jay?
It's like he's been kidnapped or held hostage.
He does.
His eyes are so small. He looks like he's been touched in no places. Like, this is no good.
And it's no square.
Yeah.
He just, oh my god, he looks like I can't get away from this chick. I can't tell her to go to hell. I can't, because I'm gonna get,
Jimmy just likes to
HR
watch.
is
Jimmy's a pervert. Oh my god.
Techman Blade, I did hear that. And I think one of them is associated with Thundercats Roar.
Oh.
That tells you where this is going.
Oh no.
Don't
She-Ra's terrible.
Don't get me started on She-Ra. Don't.
I mean, I haven't even watched a single episode of it, but
I have not. I just heard Geeky Sparkles rant about just how freaking bad it is, and we won't even get into the She-Ra fans.
It's so bad.
It's awful. It's awful. But this
wow. Lois transitioned.
A real woman.
Oh man, yeah, I
Oh my
love
Oh
Terry
my
Hatcher.
God.
Terry Hatcher has some nice boobs. I will
I
say that.
love Terry Hatcher, but I thought you meant like Lois transition to Terry, like as in that's a man now. I don't know why.
It's
Terry-
ma'am. It's ma'am. Well, this does actually have a bright spot. Because when Ripper brought this up, so here's an edit of Lois Lane and Jimmy Olsen, my Adventure Superman, fifth Superman. And you know how I feel about women not looking like women and race swapping because it's stupid and unnecessary. Thing. So here's my take on how Lois and Jimmy should look. Jimmy has his freckles. I think his lens cap is still on. But he's got red hair. He's got the dorky kind of look because that's how he was.
That's what Jimmy Olsen looks like. He looks like that.
Yeah.
He should be a little shorter still, but yes, that's what he looks like.
Yeah, I look at him, it's like, oh yeah, that's Jimmy Olsen. It's like unmistakable who he is. And I look at like Lois. First of all, she's got boobs.
Yep. She's got boobs.
I would still give her longer hair though.
I mean, I would have given her longer hair too because I like longer hair, Jane. But like at the same time, at least it's got some sort of style versus
it's like a
whatever.
it's like a bob, but it's like it's wavy. Because here, if you go over here, it's that spiky combat boots and whatever looking haircut. Militant feminist looking haircut. And here, it's like it's a little darker and it's a little softer.
It's trying to say that you don't have to be a freaking man if you have short hair. Like there's women that have short hair and they're very feminine, and that's
true.
Completely fine.
Yeah, I would have liked her with longer hair too, because that's just me personally.
Me too.
But I do like that the hair is softer and it's more feminine. She has a feminine outfit, okay, like the twin set here. Granted, she's got her legs out kind of like unladylike position, but you got to work with it.
Yeah.
But she looks feminine, and when I look at her, I kind of hear her saying, "Hey, I got the scoop on the story. Picture this headline," as opposed to here, oh my God, she's trying to Me Too.
Well, at least, oh my God. At least in the other one, she's got a little bit of a butt too. This one, look at this. This is just flat.
Yeah, see,
There's
little bit
butt,
of curve
there's
there.
a curve.
And this one looks like she got whacked in the ass with a cast iron skillet. So flat, look at that.
It's just like, this is flat line. No curves.
I
mean, look at that flat line for where her vagina is supposed to be. Like, what the fuck is that?
No, I can't with this. It's like I can't. It's just like that's this is like a vast improvement. As compared to. She's
got some lipstick on. She's got some makeup on.
Yeah, her lips are a little darker, like she has lipstick. I think her eyes are a bit more. I think they're lined a little bit more. And she looks feminine. God, it's like
it's still the pose is still
Yeah. It's not a very feminine pose. I really don't know that many women that stand like that. That's a dude stance right there.
And also like the way that Clark is still very emasculating. Like this is an emasculating pose that has been drawn.
It would have been different if, like, say it was at Clark's desk and Clark was sitting down.
Exactly.
And she had a pose like that. That'd be different.
Exactly. But if he was doing that, like if you go back to the other image, if he was sitting down and then Lois comes and does this from behind like his shoulder, that would be like Bidening him, wouldn't it? Like, oh my God.
Is she gonna sniff him too?
Yeah, she's gonna sniff him. She's sniffing him.
Sniffing his hair.
Oh my God.
Oh
yeah. So this is what we're gonna get though. Not that one. This is the
wait. Oh, so this is you? Oh, hey.
Oh, hey.
Hello.
Love this. Love you. You're very welcome. Thank Young Rippa for actually having your art on his show, because I
Good
happened
job
to
on
catch
this.
that. So yeah, this is good. God, this is such a great improvement. Absolutely. He says, I worked with what they gave me
Yeah.
to try to savage her.
Yeah. I mean, you can tell because there's nothing much you can do with
No,
this.
but what you did,
yeah, right on.
and love it.
Love it. At least she looks like a
Absolutely
girl.
Yeah, I know, and doesn't look like a freaking Ken doll.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep. At least she looks like a girl. She's got boobs.
Boobs are good. Boobs
Yeah.
are life. Why are you scared of some jugs, as Mandy likes to say.
She's gonna get bigger ones because she wants to piss people off even
Yeah.
more.
I said, you go for it, girl.
The boob fund.
Oh, well, you guys have some more super chats for us. You're so amazingly generous. Thank you
Thank you
so
much.
very, very, very much. Nicholas Horton for £5 sterling. Thank you so very much for that. It's got late where you? I guess early tomorrow where you are. The Inuyasha sequel is Yashahime, Princess Half Demon. Oh, it's on Crunchyroll. Second season confirmed.
Oh, I'm so excited. I'm definitely going to watch this because this is about their kids. And I'm so into that.
Dang it. Thing. Yeah, that's oh God, it's on the list. So it's longer. You're up next, Nina.
Okay. Tsukiyomi 99. Thank you so much for $5. Says, if Conway is going to assume that manga needs to be less sexist towards women, will he apply that same conviction with the double standards with men? And that's a really good question. Well, he seems to not like the Punisher so much anymore.
Although I hear that supposedly he just kind of created the rapper, but other writers like Mike Barron and Chuck Dixon created, that B character, like the meat and potatoes behind him.
Which you're totally right. But I mean, at the same time, he's just shitting all over Punisher now, which is, back then, like in 2019 he was, which is so stupid. It's like, what are you doing?
God.
Yeah. What I don't understand about him is, I was telling this to Lorena earlier too when we were having our meeting, is that as an artist, right? You have this, like, you start to draw things and then you change your style, right? And then there's certain things that just don't go with you anymore or whatever, as your personality changes and then your art changes. It's not like you need to shit on your own art from before and be like, oh, this is terrible. And, whoever liked this is, fucking stupid and sexist or whatever. Like,
right.
You just change up your style and you're like, I don't like to draw like this anymore. I'm going to draw like this now. And it's a personal choice. And no one has the right to question you about that at all. Like, it's like, whatever, you do you, because that's your art. But here comes this dude being like, oh, not only, is this art shitty because it's more sexist and now it should be dumbed down like the rest of us in the comic book industry in the West, because that's what we're doing here. Like this Lois Lane that you guys just saw, that's what we're doing. You guys should get on board with that. It's like, no, you're also shitting on your own art because you're the creator of Power Girl. And now, like, you don't think that's good anymore. So that now you're just like, you're embarrassed by that or something like that. It's just terrible. It's all around. It's just his ideology just like makes no sense.
It doesn't. But they're trying to get invited to all the parties and say the right things and look to be in the right club, on social media. It's just, dude, have pride in your stuff, in your catalog, really.
They can't.
Mr. Have pride in your stuff. Yeah, that's what I was. Sorry.
That's okay. Mr. Tickle Trunk with a $2 super chat says Lois Lame at Ray J. Oldenburg. Lois Lame.
Lois Lame.
Lois
oh, you said Louis Lame.
Louis Lame.
Louis Lame. Oh my God. That's
even
hilarious.
Oh, Dash D's for $5 Canadian. Thank you so very much for that. It's my time with Superman. He's not even the lead character. She is. That's just sad. Yeah.
Superman comes second now.
The fact that they even decided to do it that way, like what? How do you twist the icon that is Superman into a secondary character? It just makes no sense whatsoever. But they found a way to do it.
They just, oh God, it's like they're not content unless they just trash. They trash these these comic icons. It's just ridiculous. It's like, making a Batman animated series and you make Robin the star of the show. Get the frick out.
Oh my God.
My life with Batman.
Oh my God.
Fetch me the Batmobile. I'm driving, damn it. Oh, go ahead.
Is it my turn? Oh,
yeah.
Shannon, thank you so much. Says for Canadian $10. First time listener, long time manga fan. Glad this podcast was recommended to me. Seems YouTube does nice things sometimes. A question: is it okay or not these days to compliment a YouTuber's makeup? Of course, you can compliment whoever you want.
Absolutely. Most YouTubers would appreciate that because it takes a lot of work.
Yes.
And effort. It's not easy. So yeah.
And we're not the kind of women that, don't take compliments. We're the toxic women that like the compliments. So.
Absolutely. Like my grandma says, you better enjoy those compliments while you're young, because once you're old and nobody's looking at you, you'll really appreciate them. We love compliments on this show. So thank you so very much.
Albatross for $2. Clark and Lois look like that Woody and Buzz meme.
Oh damn.
Oh my God. You're right. That's
alien something everywhere, and that's the meme.
That's right. That's what it looks like. I didn't think
it is.
Wait. Hold on. Because God, it so does. I bet you that's where they ripped it off of. Let me go back here. No, because we don't want to insult this redraw here. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Like aliens everywhere. My favorite, stupid people everywhere.
Oh my God.
Dang.
That's it.
Good observation. It just, it's just her hand is down instead of up, up in the air. Holy crap. Whoo. Let's see. Stephen Yarnell for $4.99. Clark is thinking back to when Lois used to be there.
Oh my.
Oh damn. Oh.
Stephen Otten for $5. Thank you so much. Says, I don't know what an incel is, why Hollywood hates gingers, or what Comicsgate is. I don't speak the language. I guess I'm too old now. Well, Stephen, you're not too old. There's a lot of these words that I didn't know either. I just know it now because I hang out in this community a lot. So, for example, with Comicsgate, the only thing you really need to know with Comicsgate is that it's a bunch of comic book artists that don't work for the mainstream comic book anymore and or the comic book industry anymore, and they just want to create their own comics, and they use that hashtag to kind of get together and try and promote their comics. So one of the creators of Comicsgate is actually Mandy Summers, who's our co-host, and she's part of that group, and she creates her own comic and she has her own book. So if you want to support independent comic book creators, that's kind of like the hashtag you use if you want to go that route. Exactly. If you don't, you can also do your own thing and not be part of that.
Exactly. And as for Hollywood hating gingers, I think they just don't A ginger is a distinctive look, and it seems like Hollywood doesn't want that distinctive look. They just kind of want people to all look the same.
I actually don't get this whole Hollywood hates gingers thing either, because they've actually systematically been removing gingers and replacing them with black people for some reason. I don't
know. Even before then, they were replacing them with brunettes.
Yeah.
I mean, they just don't like them for some reason.
I don't get it, because I love, there's so many characters that I love that have red hair.
My favorite Disney princess is Ariel. I don't understand. I don't get it.
I think it could be maybe an extension of a long, and global dislike of that particular group of people. This just sort of found its way into Hollywood.
I don't know. I know there is a superstition about red hair. I remember hearing about it. I didn't really pay that much attention to it, but yeah, that there's a superstition with that.
They've been outcasts in a lot of different cultures for years.
Yeah.
Is that why Chucky has red hair? I don't know.
I don't know. Could be.
I don't get it, but I can tell you that I love red hair, and I think it's really cool looking, and I've always found it beautiful, and I just don't get this weird.
I don't get it either. I had a third great grandmother who had red hair, so I don't get it.
Maybe because it's so rare, that could explain why so many different cultures just never really trusted them or something. I don't know. It's weird.
It is. It's very weird.
It's strange.
It is.
Deranged Lunatic with a 99-cent super sticker, a white unicorn with rainbow hair.
Hey.
Yeah.
Unicorn sticker. Yay.
I can't do the Optimus Prime voice from Unicorn.
I love the unicorn.
See. It's so cute. Super Nate for $5. Thank you so very much for that. Anybody else feel like the Eternals is Marvel's attempt at Oscar bait? This one feels particularly more Hollywood than most superhero movies.
Yeah, specifically with the whole Angelina Jolie and Salma Hayek thing.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, oh my God. And I haven't seen Angelina Jolie in anything for like a while. And all of a sudden it's like, she's in the Eternals.
Well, she's got 5 kids.
She's been busy.
Yeah, she's been busy. That and her UN stuff. So yeah, I'd be interested to find out what it is
that and her divorce
made her do this movie. Because I don't get it. I don't get it. Oh, go ahead, Nina.
Jesus Davida, thank you so much for $15. Just gives us a thumbs up and a little dude with the sunglasses.
Cool sunglasses. Thank you.
Thank you, the little cool dude.
Andrew Haskins with a $2 super chat says, red hair represents working class. That's why.
Does it?
We got this one on the screen accidentally missed in the...
Oh, okay. Trey Michael for $5. Thank you so very much for your support. Hail, ladies of toxic femininity. I'm glad you guys loved Lois Lane and Jimmy Olsen edit. I had to make an edit to show people the real Jimmy and Lois. And we're glad you did.
Yeah, I'm glad you did. It desperately needed help. And maybe, just maybe, they'll see that and they'll be like, maybe we should revisit this situation. It kind of happened with like when Anna, that Star Wars girl, was like, doing the fixes for the other crappy characters they had.
Snowflake.
Not the High Republic, but the Safe Space people. Those people, they got canceled. They didn't even have their comics come out because of her
Warriors.
Yeah. So maybe just
them.
There was such crap.
They were. They were. God awful.
Oh, so much material they gave us to clown them on with that.
Oh my God. And what was so crazy was that every single fan re-edit was better.
Yep.
By a mile to the crap they came up with.
That's because Kibble Smith wasn't, he had plenty of money. He wasn't doing it, to actually really do comics. It's like, yeah, I want to be a comic book artist now.
That shit was extreme trash. That's all I know.
It was totally. You want to get this one on screen, Nina?
Sure. Dash D's, thank you so much for the $5. Says Ms. Creole, are sure Cadillac lady from yesterday wasn't Mary Mayhem? Kinda a resemblance there. I don't. What?
Okay, so on my Welcome to Florida show last night, we had a story about a lady who led the sheriff's office, I guess, on a 110-mile-per-hour speed chase through, I think, 3 counties.
Oh, no.
And by the time they caught up with her, okay, she crashed this Cadillac. The Cadillac had a Superman emblem on the back window, okay, of the car. This chick, I think she had a meth. She had priors for petty theft and something else, and they booked her for Grand Theft Auto and a whole bunch of other stuff. It was just crazy. And they had her mugshot. She kind of did have Mary's hair though.
Oh my god.
But yeah, people were like, yeah, I need to rock with that chick.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
I'm like, yeah, that's Florida woman for you right there.
I hope you sent it to Mary just because that's funny.
What? I need to.
That's funny.
I need to. No, hilarious.
Oh man, thank you guys all so much for all the super chats and hanging out with us.
Absolutely. Thank you so very much. And so many of you have been here watching.
To Gage Dennis, I think, yes, you said you were a first timer here. Be sure to subscribe to all of us. We all have our own YouTube channels. And we also all hang out together Thursdays for the Queen's Council, which rotates on all of our channels.
Yeah, so. I'll be on my channel this Thursday.
Yeah.
And on that note, why don't you ladies just go around real quick and tell them a little bit about what you do and all that good stuff. We'll start with Jane.
Yes, you can find me here on YouTube where I post movie and television reviews and occasionally some pop culture commentary. I just dropped released a review of Army of the Dead. So definitely check that out. You can also follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram at Jane Theory.
Awesome.
God, I love her voice.
Awesome sauce. I know. It's so relaxed.
Nina.
Hey, you can find me on my channel, Nina Infinity, where I cover good news on Fridays and I hang out with John Talks on Wednesdays and we rotate. This week's going to be on his channel. And Mondays I'm here now. So thank you so much, you guys. And check out my good news highlights from last Friday's show. Thanks.
Awesome. And last but not least, Miss Lorena Creole. Tell them a little bit about yourself and your channel.
Hey, everyone. I'm Lorena Creole, bringing you that spice to sci-fi and pop culture analysis and keeping it real when it comes to theme parks. You can find me causing all kinds of mischief on Twitter. You can find me on Instagram. And of course, you can find me on YouTube where I do various interviews and talk shows with folks in the fandom. Tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern for the After School Special Live, I will have John F. Trent and Spencer Bakuli, who wrote the Bounding into Comics article we showed earlier. I will have them on my channel. So that's going to be a really cool interview to have go on. And thank you guys so much for being here, for being in the chat, for tweeting the stream out, and of course hitting the like button, all the super chats. You guys are amazing. We so appreciate you guys for supporting the show. So thank you so much for coming.
Speaking of supporting, Valiant Renegade sent in $10. Said great show as always, ladies. Well, thank you, Valiant Renegade. Thank you all for listening. Please take care of yourselves and each other. And have a good one.
Bye.